2, 1, 3. Yo, what up? And wait for everybody to get in the room. I wasn't planning on doing a show tonight, but decided to go ahead and do it. Yeah, decided to do. We're gonna wait for a couple of more people to get in the room on YouTube before we get going here. Just want to get a few more people a chance to get in the room. So let's give them a couple of more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get going here. Please go to asktheiceman.com and make a $5 contribution today. Just asking for $5 for every person. So go to asktheiceman.com to do that. Let me put the link in here. Make sure we get that popping. Yeah, let's get that popping. Let's go ahead and get that going. So please go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down. You can either do a week, you're going to do a daily, weekly, or monthly, or even a yearly or annually. You can do an annual donation, or you can scroll down to the donate button and you can make a one-time donation, or I think you can also set up where where you can set it up daily, weekly, or monthly, or annually for that particular button. But I already have some buttons set up already. So you can go to asktheiceman.com. Those of you who are on Facebook Live, I just put the link in the comment section or the chat section. So go ahead and do that for me. What we're doing right now is we're raising money for the Inner City Children Program. What I do is several cities, I raise money. I'm trying to raise $10,000. We have $8,000 raised right now. So we're raising money for backpacks, backpacks for fall 2018. This school year coming up, we're buying book bags, coats, and also shoes and socks. Some of the other nonprofits that I'm working with are buying clothes and stuff like that. Some of the schools have uniforms, so they're buying uniforms for those kids. We're not dealing with that. We're just dealing with shoes, socks, and coats and book bags. So I'm doing my part for my nonprofit. I'm doing my part in raising the $10,000, and I'm trying to get to that before the end of July because I need to pay these people for all these items by the end of July. So that's one of the reasons why we're fundraising now in June. So I've been fundraising. I fundraise for this year round, but sometimes I don't tell people that that we're fundraising to get the money for next year, for that next calendar year, rather because that year is already passed, as the school year is already ended for most of the country, except for maybe on the West Coast here. So that's kind of what we're doing. Some people ask me what we were raising money for. I said, well, we're raising money for Black kids so they can have shoes, socks, book bags, and coats. Because, again, I know I got people saying, hey, man, why should I help somebody else's kids? Well, you know what? Us helping these kids now may may prevent them from knocking you in the head 10 years from now because nobody cared about them. You understand me? I used to be a teacher. I know what it's like to have children. I know how these children feel when they come to school and they got holes in their shoes and they don't have a book bag, or they don't have supplies for school. You got to understand something. Your mother and father may have bought school supplies and had shoes on your feet and socks on your feet and a coat on your back, but not everybody's in the same boat. Not everybody is doing well out here. And because God has blessed me, I'm out here trying to help as many folks as I can, because that's what we do when God has blessed us. So, you know, we really need to the Cavs. Yeah, I got it on mute right now, man. Man, I would, you know what, to really be honest, man, I like LeBron, but I'm ready for him to just go on to sleep, man. Just go sleep. Just go home and go to sleep, Hope. Just go and go to sleep, brother. You done. Stick a fork in him because he done. Okay? Don't let me have to go get up and get my fork, man. Do I have to get, hey, y'all, do I have to go get my fork, man? Huh? Do I have to go get my fork for LeBron, man? No, LeBron got about 2 or 3 more years left in him, man. He probably could play another 5 years, man. I just think he need to go somewhere like the Clippers or the Lakers and help them. That's what I'd like to see him do. I'd like to see him go to the Clippers. The Clippers got plenty of cap space. Trust me when I tell you. Oh, they got plenty of cap space. Okay. All right. We're going to get going. We're going to get started in a minute. I'm just trying to wait for a few more people to get in the room. And we just wait for a few more people to get in the room. You tune into the Iceman Show. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets his. What's happening, chocolate people? Those of you on Facebook Live, welcome to the Iceman Show. You probably ain't used to how I get down. I mainly do my live stream on blogtalkradio.com/the Iceman Show, or I've been doing my live stream on YouTube. So those of you who are on YouTube, welcome to the show. Those of you on Facebook Live, welcome to the show. See some of the homies from the ham in the house. What up, Bart? What up, James? What up, yo? Some of the homies. Some of the I see a couple of homies from the hood. What up? Yeah, I see some of the homies in the house. Some of my alpha homies in the house. What up? Welcome to the show. I'm gonna go ahead and start in a minute, man, because I don't want to keep people waiting too long. I don't want people to wait too long. Oh, Philly. If Philly got LeBron, they be unstoppable. They be unstoppable. I'm telling you. Philly got a squad. They just don't have all the pieces. They got Embiid, and they got Ben Simmons. They got one other guy. I haven't seen Philly too many times, but they got at least 3 good guys on the court most of the time. You know what the problem is with a lot of these NBA teams? Most of them don't even have 3 good guys on the court at all times. And even if you don't have some of these teams don't necessarily have all of the star players. It's just that the coaches suck. Okay. That's why you need new blood, because you can't keep hiring the same white coaches, which is what they usually, well, the NFL does that big time, but the NBA, they do it, but they'll still give some of these brothers a chance. But some of these black coaches, they suck too. Okay. The super chat those of you on YouTube, the super chat button does work. I did deal with it today. I did deal with it. It should go through today. We're gonna try it. Otherwise, we'll still do the we'll still go to asktheiceman.com. I do have the one-time donating button open. It's up and operational. So if you do, you can donate that $5 today. I'm asking for $5, people. Come on, $5. Everybody, if everybody donate $5, we're good. Okay? $5, man. Either $5 a week or just donate $5. Donate $5 one time today, and we're good. But I'm trying to get everybody to donate at least $5 today. Okay? Appreciate it. All right, y'all. We're gonna get started. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I get a lot of emails. Y'all know I'm a life coach. I work with a lot of people who are divorced. I work with single moms, single dads. I deal with simps. I deal with tricks. I deal with people who need to change what's going on up here cognitively. You guys know my background. I have a master's in social work, also have an MBA in business. So I can cover pretty much any topic, anything dealing with mental health or business. And I also get a lot of emails from people asking me how is it that, I was able to survive and do the things that I do, and how is it that I was able to get myself together, even though I had I ran into some issues. That's not an easy question to answer, mainly because it's not that simple. There were a lot of variables that contributed to me being able to fix my life. And it wasn't one instance. It wasn't one person that came along and was able to help me out. It was just a series of events that took place after one thing happened. And the most important thing that happened was that I decided that I had had enough. I had had enough. Okay? I had enough of things not going right. And you need to hear this from somebody that's on your level, because the problem is, you can look at TV, you can look at Steve Harvey's show, you can look at all these you can look at all these people, and you can look at these athletes or entertainers, and they talk about how they used to sleep in their car and how they, how they made it and all this kind of stuff. But they don't tell you the intricate details as to how they were able to fix their lives. Let me turn this light on real quick. I didn't think it was going to be this dark. For some reason, it's starting. I started to start the show earlier because I knew the game was coming on at 6. But I was like, man, I wasn't paying no. I'd had to take a walk after I ate these big, thick house burgers. So, and I had made some fries. So I was like, man, I had to go walk that off. So I was going to work on some music. But as you see, keyboard is off. Yeah, that ain't popping. Yeah, yeah. I don't feel like turning on the MPC today, and I don't feel like doing all that, man. Some days I just don't feel like writing music, man. Which is why I probably shouldn't put pressure on myself to get these songs done before the end of the summer. What I'm going to do is just take my time on the music, but I'm going to try to get this book done, this second book done. By the way, those of you who are, those of you who don't have my new book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1, this is my book that I got out right now, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. You can get this if you want a autographed copy, go to asktheiceman.com and get it, or you can go on Amazon and you can get this paperback copy on Amazon, and you can also get this book in tablet form, as well as tablet form, and then also Kindle format. So yeah, you can get that at asktheiceman.com and amazon.com. All right, so that's the book right there. I'm writing a new book called The Dating Bible, and hopefully, I'm trying to get it done by mid. I'm gonna try to get it done by mid-July, but I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff. This book is gonna be a lot longer than this one, so I got a lot of work to do. And you know what? Even if I can't finish it, hopefully, if I don't finish it this summer, I'm gonna try to finish it by the end of the year. So, working on the Dating Bible, the good book for dating in the new millennium. That's my second book. This is the first book. I want to talk about something real quick before we go back to the show. This right here is pumpkin seeds. This is pumpkin seed. I usually get these on, as you can see, I've had this bag about 2 years. No, about a year and a half. I haven't finished it because actually it has been 2 years. No, it hasn't been 2 years. This is pumpkin seeds. Now I know what you're saying. Well, yo, Ice, what you got pumpkin seeds for? Well, brothers, let me say this to you. Yeah, they do. Yeah, because I don't eat them every day. Pumpkin seeds, this right here will save your prostate. Either eat the pumpkin seeds or get the pumpkin seed oil. Get one or the other. You don't have to eat these every day. Okay? Now, brothers, I'm gonna tell you right now, when you get into your 30s, I don't give a damn what your doctor say. If guys in your family are getting prostate cancer, you better say, hey, look here, man, it ain't gonna cost you no money to cost me any extra money. You're gonna already do a blood test on me. So let's do a PSA. I want to see what my PSA is. And if they say, well, you're in your 30s, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Okay. This right here will save your prostate. Look, my prostate score has never been over about 130, 1.30. It's never been that. It's never been higher than that. But I did a test because I wanted to see if this worked. Because I went online and I was like, I wanted to see if the research was true. And believe it or not, it is. This works because my PSA score went from 1.30 down to 0.81. And I was only eating a handful of these a week. This works. And even if your prostate score is over 4.0, I guarantee if you start eating these, it'll go down. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if it's over 4.0, they're going to want to do a biopsy. And that is painful, brothers, I'm telling you. You do not want them to do that because I think they either go through your butt to do it. Okay? I don't know about you, but doing all that drinking and smoking ain't worth it. But if it runs in your family, get the pumpkin seed oil or get the pumpkin seeds. This will save your prostate. All right? Okay, good. All right, so get you some of these pumpkin seeds or pumpkin seed oil. Black men, we gotta start taking better care of ourselves. Don't sit up here and let your prostate, your PSA go way up there. And I told you about these. The research is online. You can Google it yourself. But these pumpkin seeds will push your PSA down. I'm telling you. And like I said, I tried it just to see if it worked, and it does work. Okay. But going back to surviving behind enemy lines. See, we unfortunately we live in a country where white supremacy is a huge issue. This country was founded on white supremacy. We are still a colony of the UK. If you don't believe me, do your research. We still cut a check to the UK. That's why we're always following everything they do in the UK. We're always following what the royalty are doing in the UK. There's a reason for that. You have to ask yourself, why are we following stuff that's going on in the UK? Well, that's why. That was part of the settlement, was to secretly still be a colony of the UK. You live behind enemy lines, people. I know a lot of cats don't want to hear this. A lot of cowardly brothers out here want to sit up here and be like, ICE, oh man, why you always scaring brothers? I ain't trying to scare nobody. I'm just telling you the truth. You got a lot of black folks who are not mature, and they want to continue to act like everything is everything. Oh, look at us. We're having fun. Oh, look at us. We can go to Vegas. Oh, look, white folks are not keeping us from going to the Indian casinos. Yeah, they're not, because they're getting your money. And a requisite result of that is you get no respect. Every time we turn on the TV or I turn on my computer, somebody's sending me a link to some Arab or some Asian store owner whooping some black woman's head. There's a reason for that. They're whooping black women's heads because you have no protection. You have no protection. Nobody's protecting you. And you can protest, you can march till your feet pop out of your shoes. And you still won't have anything. You'll still be getting your head whooped. Because who are you protesting to? Huh? Who are you protesting to? The people who are killing us and beating on us. You think they don't know what they're doing? They know exactly what they're doing. So your protesting and marching is a waste of time. That's why I'm going to write a book entitled, I Marched for Civil Rights, and all I got was sore feet. And they're going to keep whooping on us. When you have no protection, that's what happens to you. Because they ain't going to whoop up on Jewish people. How many Jewish people have you seen out here getting their head whooped by the police? Huh? Or by one of these race soldiers out here? You got deputized white supremacists out here. I'm talking about regular white supremacist citizens who are either trying to lay hands on black folk or laying hands on black folks, like that white woman down in was it Macon, Georgia, try to beat up on them two sisters who were Air Force service members. You don't do that. The only people who do that are not afraid to do it. That's why they do it. You live behind enemy lines, and it's going to get worse. And these guys shooting up these schools, that is a strategy. Their strategy has always been the white supremacists. Talk about these white supremacists, these white supremacist groups set up cells, set up terror cells, operate under the radar. Do not designate a leader. You notice that guy down there in Santa Fe, Texas, he is a member of an international white supremacist group out of Europe. They operate in cells. That's why they keep saying these guys are lone wolves, because they claim they can't find whether or not they're part of a group or whether there's a leader. And purposely, there's no leader. Because everybody knows if you cut off the head, the snake dies to a certain degree. That ain't gonna. That's not happening in this case. And here's what their motive is. Their motives are to disrupt the government, which is why they're shooting these schools up. And trust me, I predicted after that Las Vegas shooting that there were going to be more school shootings on my YouTube show, didn't I? And sure enough, then here come Parkland. And then not so too long after that, what happened? We had what? We had this high school down here in Texas get shot up. When that guy shot up that church down there, what was it, Sutherland Springs, down there near between San Antonio and Houston. He had a mask on. He had a mask on that has a skull and crossbone, a skeleton face on it. And that is the mask that this white supremacist group in Europe wears. I think they're out of Sweden or Switzerland, one or the other. But these white supremacists around the world, they're mobilizing. They're mobilizing. And while we're sitting here playing around and thinking everything is everything and clowning and drinking and turning up and doing the things that we always do, we always get caught slipping. We always get caught slipping. What up, y'all? Hey, welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the broadcast. We're doing a live stream tonight. We're probably gonna be on here about an hour, a little over an hour tonight. I ain't gonna be on here too long because I got some things I gotta get going for tomorrow. I haven't even did any writing for the book today. Actually, what I was gonna do is do some writing. I probably still get some writing done. But keeping in mind all of this stuff that's going on right now, it is a reminder that we have to understand that even though all of this stuff is happening, That does not mean you can't be individually successful. But you do need to be mindful of what's popping off out here. Because a lot of people, you know, I get people in my family to say stuff to me like, man, why are you so serious? Why are you always talking about all this serious stuff? Well, how come you're not talking about it? That's my question. How come you're not talking about it? See, that's the problem with us, is because everybody else is serious about handling business except for us, which is why we always get caught slipping. But we sit up here and you know, wonder why we're always getting picked on. We're always getting picked on because we're right for being picked on. We have no protection. We live in a country where we have no representation. If we did, we wouldn't be getting these race soldiers posing as cops wouldn't be killing us. They wouldn't be killing Black men, they wouldn't be killing Black women, and they wouldn't be killing Black children. But they do it with impunity because, again, we allow it to happen. It wouldn't happen if we was on top of our business. Got some guy up here where I live at right now. Got some guy down here by Portland State University. This old white dude. He took his car and got on the sidewalk and ran over 3 Portland State University students. But I knew something was up with that because it was an old white dude. He looked like he about in his 60s or 70s. See, I knew something was up with this. I knew some white supremacy had to be part of this. But see, the news people ain't saying nothing. But see, I already peeped it out because 2 of the girls had Arab sounding names. And like I said, there's a lot of Muslims up here. And I guarantee they had a hijab on. Here's what's weird. The 2 Arab girls, they could have been African because they haven't shown their faces, but they just said their names. The 2 Arab girls were checked at the hospital and released. They were treated and released. The white girl, whose last name is Klein, she's in critical condition. That's a trip. Because I'm quite sure he was trying to hit them too. But I guess they from what they said, they kind of got out of the way. But he must have really ran over the white girl because she's in critical condition. I knew something was up. I knew something was up, man. I knew something was up. And, you know, when he looked like a little Oompa Loompa, looked like he's about 5'2", little ugly dude. And, you know, I guess he said, well, I'm going to do my part for white supremacy. Let me go ahead and because they, like I said, you know, last year they ended up, some white supremacist dude got on the MAX train and killed an Army veteran. He killed this other dude, and then he almost killed this young dude, stabbed him in the neck. He was in the hospital 3 or 4 months trying to get well, and he still ain't right. And this dude was in court cussing, calling people the N-word, talking about I don't like Muslims. And dude, they got a lot of white supremacists up here. That's why whenever I meet these these white females up here that try to act like they into black men. I'm just like, hey man, you better take that somewhere else, yo, because you ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me. I can smell the white supremacy on your breath. Now you might get one of these sellouts, when one of these O.J. Simpson types to run after you, but the Iceman ain't gonna run after you. The Iceman ain't gonna run after you. He ain't gonna run after you. But there's so many coons up here and bed bucks and plantation bucks up here that they done got spoiled. But just like I said on that video that I put on the Iceman Unchained channel, once upon a time when the Iceman was dusty, a series of events took place. But again, the one thing that had to happen was that I had to make a change. I had to make a change. I had to do something different. And it started up here. I had to get good and tired of things not working. And once that happened, things didn't instantly start happening. Things didn't start instantly happening. I had to put one foot in front of the other. Okay? I had to put one foot in front of the other. Okay? I had to put one foot in front of the other. And I'm going to tell you this. The one thing I know delayed my progress was drawing on what I had been taught as a child, because all the religious lies I was told, all the crap about, going to, I used to have to go to church most of the time. All that stuff was a lie, because when I tried to draw on that stuff, it didn't help. You know what helped? I'm going to tell you what helped. What helped was me trying to undo and unlearn what I had been taught as a child. That's when I finally started, when I finally saw that what I was being taught was a lie, and that my parents really didn't know anything, especially my dad. My dad really didn't know anything. And I realized that he was just faking it to, it was just a bunch of faking. And this is the failure of black men from the previous generation. They didn't set us up for success, because in their minds, well, my dad didn't set me up for success. I had to take care of myself since I was 13 years old. Yeah, that was your dad. That was your dad. This is not the same time, and we're not in the South. So you need to set me up for success at the point where we are today. When I mean today, I mean, back in the 70s when I was growing up. But just like the civil rights generation left us the twist in the wind, they decided they would rather, kiss butt instead of getting, starting black-owned businesses and creating wealth for us and providing jobs for us, they say, oh, well, we want the white mommy and white zaddy and beg them for a job. And while they would, for the last 50 years of them doing that, Black folks have languished. So when I ended up out here falling off, I was like, well, why are things not working? Why are things just not working? Why am I in the position I'm in? And I realized I was in the position I was in because, you know, my parents didn't set me up for success, especially my dad, because all what he was really trying to do was fake it as long as he could until I was old enough to be on my own. And my parents tried to push working in them factories, because coming out of them cotton fields, that was a come up for them. And when especially my dad, when he saw I didn't want to work in them factories, that's when he was like, oh, well, I ain't gonna, you know, I don't have nothing to say to you then. I don't have nothing, or you want, you know, because my parents claimed they wanted me to go to school and get a degree and all that, man. And dude, they wasn't serious about that. My parents said they were gonna pay for my education. They paid for 1 year. I paid for my bachelor's degree and I paid for both my master's degrees. Okay? Both of them. I paid for all 3 of my degrees. All 3 of them. And plus my graduate degrees. Both of them. Both master's degrees. Okay? My parents didn't pay for anything. So right there, you can just see a lack of there being any commitment on their part, which is fine. But I'm mentioning that to show you the lack of commitment by the last generation, the baby boomers. Actually, I'm a baby boomer too, but I'm at the tail end. But that's why I need to make a distinction. I'm mainly talking about the civil rights generation. The men, I'm mainly talking about the Black men, because Black women can't be expected to do anything. The men are supposed to lead, not the women. Okay? See, in my house, my mom was the judge, jury, executioner. My dad was just there. See, everybody thinks my dad was this, you know, was out here, you know, doing all these things and, you know, making things pop with our family. And it was my mom that was running the family. Okay? My dad, if people came over to our house and they didn't act right, it was my mom that came outside ready to throw down. Not my dad. My dad was hiding in the house. Okay? That's why when people see me and they say, oh, your mom and dad did such a good job with you. I'm like, man, please. I'm like, dude, you see all this success I got? I did this. Not them. I did. And they were like, well, how come your brothers ain't doing that? Because they're bums. Because they're bums. That's why. They had the same shot I did. They just decided to go out here and chase booty instead of trying to build something. That's on them. I'm not here to take care of nobody else. I ain't taking care of none of my family. I ain't taking care of none of them. Yo, what up, mad scientist Jay? What up, man? See y'all. See the players is in the house. I got a thing going, y'all. Please donate $5 today. You can hit that super chat. I went ahead and set the super chat button up. It does work. Well, hopefully it will. I went ahead and checked it before I started the show. So, hey, make sure you donate $5, man. Hook a brother up. Donate something, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to raise 10 grand. We got 8 grand raised already. Had a company donate some money last couple of days. They sent me a check, and so they got us up to 8,000. So we got 8,000. We just need 2,000 more. So hey, y'all, come on, man. Come on, man. $5. Come on, bruh. Come on, ain't nothing free. Come on, brothers. Come on, brothers and sisters. Ain't nothing free. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Nothing is free. Now, again, you know, that $5, yeah, it might be taking some away from that gram of weed you gonna get for the weekend. But hey, I know you got 15. I know you got 15 more dollars. I know you got $20 to put toward that. Cause come on, bro. Come on, y'all. Give up $5. Come on, yo. Come on, man. But you know, the civil rights generation left us twisting in the wind. And it's their fault that black men and women my age and younger, and some of you young players out here, some of you young brothers and sisters, that's why you're struggling right now, because nobody thought it was a smart idea to build black businesses and provide jobs. First thing you do is you provide jobs to your immediate family members. Okay? Preferably your kids. Part-time work, full-time work, whatever it is. And you try to get them to be the next generation to take over those black-owned businesses. See, you don't see what the civil rights generation did is they left us to twist in the wind and go out here and beg white mommy and white zaddy for a job. And you got people like my dad's generation, who thought that was the best course of action, was to, you know, put us in a position where we're starving out here and we have to beg Caucasian people for a job. They thought that was a good thing to do. And now that those jobs are drying up because, you know, the white supremacists are getting more leaner and meaner, especially at these corporations, they don't hire black people. You got a lot of companies out here that don't hire black people. And that's why there's so many of these brothers out here in these streets hustling. And you got black women who decide they're going to have a gang of babies illegitimately so they can get on welfare because they ain't got jobs. But the problem is when you get on welfare and you get on Section 8 and you get on all these government programs, the problem is sooner or later, your kids are going to age out of those programs, or you're going to get kicked out of the program, which is what's going on right now with SNAP. All of a sudden, all these hungry people who needed SNAP benefits, who needed food stamps, when they start telling them they had to go and do community service, they said they had people who were what did they say? They said there were people who were they were getting themselves off, they were voluntarily getting themselves off SNAP. Now that they can't get a free ride and sit on their behind and get food stamps, now all of a sudden you got people with getting SNAP benefits volunteering to get out of the program, because now they're forced to have to get up off their behind and go work somewhere or go volunteer some time somewhere. So they can't sit around and roll Black and Mild blunts like they used to and screw all day. They can't do that now. Now they got to get up and go to work, or at least go and play like they doing something, like all you hardworking folks, those of you who have jobs. So now all of a sudden, they said that all of a sudden, like in the last 3 or 4 months, the SNAP benefit rolls have been decreasing instead of increasing. And now that these undocumented immigrants can't come here and get a free handout. Now you know, now in some of these states, the you know, undocumented immigrants are not even signing up for benefits because they know if they do, what's going to happen? It's going to show who they are. It's going to show them. It's going to, you know, it's going to expose them. So they're like, well, we're not even going to sign up, which is a smart thing to do, because you shouldn't be getting anything anyway. You know, you're not a citizen of this country. I can't go up to Canada and live for free and get benefits from Canada, and I'm not a Canadian citizen, and I can't do it in Mexico. Why should you be able to come over here and do that? I was looking at Yahoo News, and they had there was some Ecuadorian dude. He was a pizza delivery guy, and I guess he was delivering pizza at a army base in Brooklyn, and they picked him up. They picked his butt up. They picked him up. They ICE detained him. Hey, we're all squirrels underneath. Hey, we're all squirrels underneath the. We're all squirrels under the auspices of white supremacy. Hey, you got to hold your own nuts. Hey, every squirrel's got to hold his own nuts. Hey, that ain't our problem. So sad. So sad. Not our problem. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when George Zimmerman was out here murdering children, murdering Trayvon Martin, none of these folks came to RA. None of these Hispanics said, "Hey, man, that was, you know, hey, we're gonna go out here and ride for y'all." No, they didn't do that, did they? No, they didn't do that. They said, "You mayates are on your own." What, didn't they? Didn't they? They say y'all on your own. Viva el Zimmerman. Okay? But then when you know, Donald Trump, you know, whipped out that forked tongue and start spanking them behinds, all of a sudden people start tripping. Oh man, how can y'all do this to us, man? How can y'all do this to us? They black people. How can y'all ain't ride for us? You don't know? Y'all been running y'all mouths all this time? Yeah, Zimmerman is in debt, but Zimmerman got almost $1 million, and somehow or another he was now part of that $2.5 million in debt. Is that part of his legal fees? Guco son, is that part of his legal fees? Did he? Because I'm wondering if he paid his lawyers. Because that was that's probably you know, a $500,000 defense but hey, let me tell you something. A lot of white supremacist Hispanics sent Zimmerman money. Okay? Because how else was he able to pay 2 or 3 lawyers and interns who were sitting up there doing research? So, like I said, if dude, hey, so sad, dude, hey, we can't help you, but I will give you the number to Julio Iglesias. I'll give you his number so he can ride for you, because I'm not. I ain't gonna ride for you. Okay? I'm all about Black empowerment. I'm not about coalition building, because there is no Black and brown coalition. Only Black folks say that. I don't never hear none of them saying it. As far as they're concerned, they don't ride for us, and they never have. You know, everybody knows that, because we have a history of fighting for civil rights. People think, oh, well, they'll ride for us. No, we not. We ain't riding for you. Let me close these blinds. No, we ain't riding for you. You ride for us for a few years, maybe we'll think about it. Until then, we ain't riding for you. You on your own. Handle that, homie. All right? Go ahead and handle that. All right? Yeah, Darren Wilson got almost $1 million for killing Michael Brown. Sure did. Damn, look at this little scrawny thing. She look like she on meth and crack. But change starts between your ears. That change starts between your ears, people. If you've been going to school for 100 years and you never finished, you ain't trying to finish. Because the day that you say, you know what, I'm tired of this, I need to finish, you're going to finish. Because see, once you make that decision, I'm not saying that, listen, I'm not saying that it's all about the thought process. That's not what I'm saying. Because you do need some luck. Oh, you need some luck. I don't believe strongly in luck, but I do believe it's helpful. But you need to roll up your sleeves. I'm playing like I got sleeves on. You need to roll up your sleeves and handle your business. Because again, if there's something you want to do and it's not getting done, it's because you haven't decided up here that you want it bad enough. I wanted success bad enough that where I was willing to work hard for it and sacrifice. Some of you are not willing to sacrifice anything. You ain't willing to sacrifice anything. You want somebody to give it to you. You want somebody to give you something. And that's why you're in the same position that you've always been in for the last 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 9 years, 10 years, 20 years, some of you. And you sit there and you blame everybody except for yourself. You blame everybody except for you. And then the first thing you want to do is get mad at people like me for pointing it out. Oh, Ice, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Ice, why you always attacking people? I'm not attacking anybody. I didn't say your name personally. Although if you'd like me to, I can. But black people make too many excuses, man. We got more excuses than a brother going to jail. And then we sit up here and say, well, the only reason why such and such is successful is because such and such, this, that, and the other. Like I had a couple guys send me emails talking about, oh man, the only reason why you successful because you was in the military. I'm like, dude, you stupid. You're stupid. The military ain't got nothing to do with my success. I can move around anywhere around this country and live very well. And it ain't got nothing to do with the military. Because I got a lot of things going. And I don't talk about all of them on this show. And I refuse to, because it ain't none of y'all business. But we don't support Black-owned businesses. We don't understand that we all we got. You guys still think that you can kiss butt and suck butt and act like a scary Negro, and white daddy will pat you on the head and tell you everything gonna be all right. You can keep your job. Okay. I'm listening to Sirius XM in my car the other day, and Reverend Al was some Hispanic woman, probably married to a brother. Some old Mexican woman called up, and she started talking. She was talking about? What did she say? She said that she felt that the NFL players should continue to kneel, and that she supported them kneeling. And Reverend Al was talking about, the Latino sister. And I'm like, first of all, that woman ain't no sister. Stop caping for these people. It don't mean you got to be nasty toward nobody, but we need to stop caping for people, man. Ain't nobody caping for us. We out here getting water hose sprayed on us and dogs chewing at our ankles. And we were the only ones out there getting sprayed with water hoses and dogs being sicked on us. Wasn't nobody else out there taking that butt whooping. We were taking it. Only we were taking it. And now that these people are being victimized at their own expense, now everybody wants to sit here and say, well, how come Black people ain't out here caping for us? We finally got smart. We finally wised up. And a lot of that has come from Black men. It ain't coming from Black women, because Black women will be, you'd be surprised. They had an Antifa and some old white supremacist group called the Prayer something. So y'all see a lot of these white supremacist groups have somewhat normal names to them. So a lot of times Black folks don't know that these are white supremacist groups, because I had never heard of this group. And like I said, it was called the Prayer something. And I was like, that don't sound like no white supremacist group, but that's what they were. They were out there in downtown Portland with Confederate flag shirts on, and some of them had that skull thing on their t-shirt. Some of them had swastika on their arms and stuff like that. And then you had these Antifa clowns out here. They had a clash at what was that? Saturday or Sunday? It was sometime this weekend that they had that clash. I didn't go down there. I wasn't going down there. And guess who you saw down there? Mammies. Big old fat Black women. Yeah, there's some brothers down there, but most of the people down there were Black were Black women. The Bunny Ruckus crowd. Bunny Ruckus and them. All the mammies was down there. All these fat Black women down there. That's why I say, brothers, we can't, don't expect these Black women to back you up on anything. Don't ever expect them to back you up on anything. They don't have the mentality to do that. Plus, that's really not their job. It's our job. The reason why the black community is matriarchal is because of weak black men from the previous generation, the civil rights generation. And things flipped from being patriarchal when my dad was growing up to being matriarchal, which really got off the ground in probably the late, from, you really didn't see a lot of that single mom stuff. I didn't see that much of that in growing up. I mean, there were single moms, but most of them were, they handled their business. Some of these guys, I didn't even know they were growing up in a single female head of household because they mamas put that strap on their behind. Some of them I didn't even know. Okay. But then there was that contingent of single moms whose kids were terrorizing the neighborhood. Now you go over there and it's all single moms. So as you can see, the failure of black men to lead is why we have matriarchal neighborhoods where nothing is getting done and it looked like crap. And then we have the rest of the black men who are ministers who are in church selling that nonsense to our people. The church is beautiful. The church looks great. Nice church van. But yet all around the church, the hood looked like crap. Sound like your neighborhood? Nice, beautiful churches, beautiful sanctuaries, raggedy neighborhoods. So as you can see, who's getting all the money. So we're being hustled by black ministers like Creflo Dollar and some of the other ones. Bishop Eddie Long, AKA Reverend Peaches, he passed away from AIDS, although they said it wasn't AIDS, but we know it was AIDS. Just we keep following these hucksters who ain't doing nothing, who ain't doing anything for us. So we have to ask ourselves, how can you, under these conditions, how can you be successful with all of this crap going on? How can we get anything done? We got a lot of these mammies and these Negro bed wenches and these swirlers out here. They think getting a white dude is gonna fix all their problems. Then they get with him, and as soon as he gets mad, he's calling them the N-word. Then when they get old and that white guy gets rid of them, like they do their own women. Next thing you know, here come these same black women trying to get with black men. These are the ones that was out here 20 years ago saying black men ain't about nothing. My, how the tables turn. My, how the tables turn. Let me read a question that Coptic 777 wrote. Can't lead a community with women who don't want to be led, and the state determines if the father can see his kid. and she has no obligation to follow court orders, but black men do? That's a good question. That's a good statement. That is a good statement. And let me respond to that. First of all, we're not talking about leading women individually. See, a lot of you brothers get this twisted. You think I'm talking about leading your baby mama. You think I'm talking about leading your ex-wife. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about generally. If black men were leading something, that would be the next thing that we'd be able to fix. See, you can't tell the courts what to do when you're not leading your own women. You're out here begging for a job. You're out here begging white zaddy for a job and talk about, like I said again, I'm going to keep saying this. You got young brothers sitting up here talking about moving to Detroit to work for GM and Chrysler. I could see cats talking that 20 years ago. But today there are no jobs in Detroit. Move up to Detroit and see what happened. Since all you got to do is just move up there. Move up to Detroit and see if you get a job at GM in one of them GM plants or one of them Ford plants or Chrysler plants and see how that work out for you. Let me tell you something about this area up here. Let me tell you something. I have never seen as many young and old Caucasian people homeless like I have up here. I have never seen that many white people that were just ass out. I ain't never seen that many people be ass out like that. But it's proof that these jobs are not here. The jobs are not here, people. They're not. There is no more jobs. If you're sitting up here trying to get a job, good luck with that. And you don't have a specialized certification or degree. If you're 20, let me say something. If you're 22 years old, you're 21, if you're 22 years old and older, and you're still living at home, talking about you going to school, you're not really going to school. You're not. You're not. What do I think about going into plumbing? Dude, any of those trades are good to go in. Even if you got a criminal record, you got to check with the union. Sometimes you can go straight to the union depending on your city and state. Sometimes you can go straight to the electrical union or the plumbing union or the carpentry union, and they have training programs where you start off, but it's going to be some rough training. If you're serious and you're going to stick with it, then I say do it. But you cannot lose with a career field like that. But you have to figure out whether or not that's something you want to do. That might not be what you want to do, dog. You might want to do heating and air conditioning and you might want to do HVAC. Nah, it ain't just the opioids, people. People get on opioids because they're hopeless. There's a deeper problem going on out here than just opioids. People get on opioids for a reason. When people are hopeless and they feel like there's nothing for them, people get on drugs to escape because they're trying to escape up here. But it ain't just the opioids. The opioids is a symptom of a deeper problem. The problem is no jobs. And people are being moved out of jobs that they may have been on for years. That's happening to people. That's why you have all these older people out here homeless. Because these companies ain't gonna let you work 30 years. You go out here and go to Amazon and see if you worked there 30 years. See if that, good luck with that, dog. Good luck with that. I got a brother in his mid 50s out here playing that game. He ain't got no retirement. He ain't got anything. He has nothing. And he almost 60 years old. He has nothing. When you keep getting fired off of jobs and starting jobs over every 2 or 3 years, you can't build up a 401k. You can't build up an IRA like that. And when you start a new job at 50-something years old, how long you think you're going to work at that job, dog? That's what I'm like, man, I got out of that racket. I was like, I'm out of that racket. I'm out of the job racket. I tell people all the time, good luck trying to retire from your job. Good luck. If you're not in the federal government or the state government, even those jobs are not sound, especially at the state level. Used to be if you had a state, you had a city, county, state, or federal job, you were good to go. You had it cracking. But now, not so much. Nobody has a lock on being able to work a job until they retire. It's just not there anymore. It's not. It ain't there no more, man. I wish I could tell you something different, brothers, sisters. But I'm telling you right now, the day of working 20 years or 30 years and retiring, it ain't there no more. It's not there no more. Every 6 or 7 years, you're going to be changing jobs. Because every time you get to the top of the pay grade, whether your salary or hourly, they're going to lay you off. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen it in my own family. And it's going to keep on happening. Because I'm going to tell you right now, don't nobody really want to hire no 40 or 50-year-old black man or woman. They don't really want to hire no black man anyway. But they'll play around and maybe hire a black woman because they know she's going to come in there and do her job and keep her head down. But they don't want no black man in these jobs because that means that's one more black man being able to pay his bills. And they don't want that. So in order to throw the balance of power in the family off, you make sure you don't give the men any jobs, but you give the women jobs. And then instead of these black women trying to looking at that situation and saying something ain't right here, something wrong with this picture. What black women did was say, "Oh, this now it's time for us to jump on these black men and say how they ain't shit. That's all these black men, they don't want to work. Black men, girl, black men don't want to work. My ex-boyfriend, my ex-husband he don't want to pay child support." Well, some brothers ain't gonna pay child support if they can't see their kids. Okay? So that's another problem in and of itself, ladies. And for you to go to White Zaddy, for you to go to take your ex whoever to court to deal with them white supremacist judges and prosecutors, and you're going to put that Nazi child support on him, knowing good and well the man's struggling with keeping the job anyway, and then you're going to sit up there and put child support on him because you would just want to be an asshole, that's going to come back to haunt you. That's going to come back to haunt you, man. Because I ask questions. When I meet these women, you know what I do? I'll be like, did you put Nazi child support on your ex-husband? You know what I noticed? A lot of Caucasian women that I done met, a lot of them will volunteer to tell me, no, I didn't put, even before I ask them, they'd be like, oh, my ex-husband, I ain't put no child support on him. I just told him to pay me $100 a week. I had a good job. I don't need to rape him. But see, black women, they just got to take all your money because they don't want to work. Because they want their hair money and their nails money. The kid don't see none of that money. How I know? Because that's what my ex did. She went and spent the money on getting her hair done, her nails done. She went out and bought cars with it. And the money I gave her to give to them for college, she spent it on herself. So I don't want to hear nothing about black men ain't shit. Because I did what I was supposed to do. And sometimes I didn't have very much to give. And I was sick all the time, still sick from being exposed to biotoxins in Iraq. But I still got out there and worked, even though I was throwing up or getting sick all the time. But after a while, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it. I couldn't deal with the stress of being in a management position and having all these people under me, and then also dealing with white supremacy and racism on the job, and then having to deal with her crap, dealing with my children. After a while, it was just too much. And I said, I'm gonna have to start my own thing. So I don't have to be sitting in somebody else's office. I don't care if you do give me an office. I don't want to be there. Because now I got to deal with the aggravation of white supremacy in the workplace. Or I got to deal with some white female trying to lie and say that I intimidated her, that I'm scaring her. They ain't going to say that, I try to holler at them, because I don't try to holler at white women at the job. I don't do that. I purposely don't do that. Okay? I purposely don't do that. You ain't going to get me. You might be able to get me on some other stuff. You ain't going to never get me on trying to holler at white women at the job. That ain't never been my forte. But I'm telling you right now, one of the reasons why these white supremacists are getting majorly violent, just like I said, that old white man up here, this past week, sat up there and ran over two Muslim girls, and the two Muslim girls didn't even get hurt that bad. It was the white girl that got hurt bad. They said she's in critical condition. They said she was, on her deathbed and nothing like that, but she's hurt pretty bad. She must have ended up under the car. But the other two girls got out of the way. He still hit them, but they got out of the way. But he purposely went off the street and went right on the sidewalk by the school and just mowed them down. And I guarantee he's a white supremacist. I guarantee it. I could guarantee it that he's a white supremacist. And the reason why he did it is because he saw they had hijabs on. So ain't nobody safe out here, because these white supremacists are being cornered. And you know what happens when they get cornered? They get violent, the women and the men. You saw that with that woman up there in Maine running over them kids at that baseball diamond. The white folks is like, look, if I gotta lose all that I done stole, I'm killing somebody. I'm taking somebody with me. I'm taking somebody with me. I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm taking somebody out. That's why I say I got my Second Amendment situation taken care of. I went ahead and got my Second Amendment game up. Okay? And I might not be strapped all the time when I go out of the house, because sometimes I go out of state. And you know, you can't be carrying firearms over state line, people. Let me tell you something. If you got a concealed carry permit, you better check to see if you can use it in other states, because some other states will allow you to use your concealed carry permit in other states. Like I can go from here and go to Texas and still be in compliance. But going to another state might not be that way. If I go to Minnesota, it ain't gonna be the case. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So you better check with that state. There's a book you can get. I saw it at the gun store. They keep it on the top of the metal case, but they have these books you can get, and it talks about every state, what you got to do to get a concealed carry, and can you go out of town and go into another state and still be in compliance, because everywhere ain't the same. It ain't the same everywhere, people. Because some people think they can just take their gun, and it's a lot of people going. Let me tell you something. If I go to Oregon with my firearm, I can go to jail. Okay? Because you cannot do that. Oregon does not recognize any other state. I can't go to California and do that. And make sure you get a firearm that is an approved concealed carry weapon. You cannot you get I think anything under, up here, anything under 40 cal or 9 mil, you can it's fair. But you can't, but up here you can't get no 44. You can't get no, now you can carry a 38, but you can't carry no 357, dude. You can't get no Dirty Harry 44. You can't get no 45 Desert Eagle. All them big ass cannons. No. Just because you look, some states don't tell you what guns are the right ones to get. Yeah, Texas, yeah, in the South, the states in the South, yeah, they're pretty lenient. But up here, no. When you fill out the paperwork up here, it straight up says, anything above a 9 mil or 40 cal, you cannot, it can't be a concealed carry. Okay. I got a 9 mil. Well, that's one of them. But I got long guns too. And let me tell you, brother, something. Y'all better go get your AR-15 now too. Those are, Mad Scientist J, some of y'all players down there in Texas, hey, they selling AR-15s like they selling a pack of tube socks. So go get them now. Because someplace you can even get an AK-47. You can get an AK, you can get an HK, you get a Chinese HK. They sell all that stuff. Go get it now before they start, because some of these states are trying to fix it to where you can't get an AR-15, you can't get an assault rifle. They try to fix it. Talk about like down here in Oregon, they sitting up here talking about they're gonna try to pass a law where they outlaw AR-15, and boy, these white dudes down here, boy, they raising Cain. They like, oh hell no, which I don't blame them. I don't think it's fair for you to take a, you know, if I done went out and bought an AR-15, I wish you would come over here telling me that coming over here taking mine. You better give me my money that I'm spent on it. You give me my $900 back. Since you want to take mine, cut me a check. Because you ain't getting it for free. See, when black folks, you know, because black folks can go out here and get guns now, they want to start trying to restrict people from getting them. We ain't the ones out here shooting up churches and government entities like schools and government buildings. We ain't the ones doing that. It's these folks out there, these white supremacists out there doing that. But you, like I said, whatever they do is always to try to impede the progress of black people getting things, especially if they see that we out here getting strapped up. Because a lot of cats don't want to believe that they're in danger. I understand that. Some of y'all got kids at home. You know, you don't want to think, you don't be walking around thinking you're in danger. See, I'm an ex-soldier. So I'm used to, you know, having that third eye open. I'm used to understanding and being able to move and still know that I need to be on guard. You would never know it, that I'm, you know, prepared to strike if I have to. You would never know it because I've been doing this too long. Once you become a soldier, you don't never stop being one. And everything they taught you, you never learn. You never unlearn that stuff. But you got brothers out here who just want to be like, oh man, the white guys I work with, they my friends. Yeah, until something go down. Okay, then you'll find out what they're really about. I guarantee if something come up where there's an issue of, you know, something go down with some of these white supremacists out here, you're gonna find out if they really your friend. All right now. Hey, I told you about how them old brothers, if he point at you like this, say, all right now. When an old player point at you like that, he say, all right now. Something bad about to happen to you, player, because he done tried to tell you. He be like, all right, man. I done tried to tell you, player. You don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. You don't want to listen? All right, cool. You don't want to listen? All right, man. You got it all figured out, huh, young blood? You got it all figured out. Who is Jay True? Is this some YouTuber? Guko-san. Is Jay True some YouTuber or something? Who's Bakari? Oh, you talking about Bakari? Yeah, the Austin dude that got killed in Greece. Yeah, sad, man. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah. Like I tell brothers, man, if you got a bunch of white dudes for friends, you know, you need to be ready to throw down and protect yourself because they ain't gonna protect you. You saw, yet like my man said, Bakari Henderson, his white friends just let them Greek dudes jump all over him because them Greek girls was choosing up on him. That's why I be telling these black women, y'all sitting up here talking about black men ain't shit and all this kind of stuff and talking about black men this and black man that, and then you go out there and get with white zaddy And then White Zaddy, when you get about 35, you start getting old and he kick your ass to the curb. Then here you go getting on POF talking about where the black men at with your half black kids. Going back over there with Zaddy. Going back over there and, and with them little mixed kids. I don't take care of other men's kids. I definitely ain't taking care of no half white kids. Or no black kids that got a white daddy, because whether I don't believe in no biracial nonsense. You either black or you ain't. And I'm telling you right now, these white supremacists are mobilizing. But see, again, black folks gonna get caught slipping. See, the thing is, it's just like I say, man. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you already got your concealed permit, you already got your strap, you ready. But you need to go get enough. You need to be going to the gun range and practicing, and you need to have enough rounds on hand. Now, you don't go out and spend $1,000 on ammo because they're going to get suspicious. So what you do is you go buy a little ammo at a time. That's what I do. I go get that box of 223s. I get that 150 box. I might buy one this week. And then 3 weeks later, I'll go get another 150. Okay? Because I want to make sure I got enough. And I got 40 round clips. I got 40 round banana clips. I got 30 round clips. Because if it's going down, it's going down. I ain't going to get caught slipping. You digs? You tune into the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. We're talking about living behind enemy lines. Protection is part of that, part of your safety plan. Everybody should have a safety plan. Everybody should have a safety plan that includes protection, as well as fire safety. Who's going to be the designated person to get everybody out the house? Are you going to have stuff ready so that if something catch on fire, you can grab that stuff and be out the door? Passports, driver's license, birth certificates. Where is that stuff? Is it stored in a place where you could just grab it and run out the door? Are you going to have to look for it? Because let me tell you something, even if you live in a house, by a detached house, you still need to have a safety plan. Especially if you got another person living with you or you got children. I remember back in the day, they used to encourage people to have fire drills at home where you have a mock fire drill. So you can get your kids in that state of mind. You understand what I'm saying? But we're under attack. And a lot of black folks don't want to admit it. They don't want to agree. They don't want to admit that we're behind enemy lines. You live in a country where they talk to you like you a little ass kid. And you 40 years old, 50 years old. They still talking to black men like we children. They still talking to us like we kids. Because of the civil rights generation. They got punked out and they put us in a position to punk out. And now we sitting up here looking stupid. You living in a country where you're a damn refugee. You ain't even got a damn country. Look at these NFL simps. They treating these NFL players like they children. Why? Because they can get away with it. And these guys are so busy worrying about sleeping with white women, intersectionality. They're so worried about being able to sleep with white women. That's all they care about when they get all that money. Giggling and cheesing. Ooh, man, when you get these white girls, man. I'm like, dude, that's why y'all get treated the way you get treated. You get treated the way you get treated because they know you ain't gonna do nothing, and that you ain't willing to fight. You're not willing to fight for anything. Now, when I mean fight, I mean actually fight. Most black men are not going to fight for anything. Let ourselves get our asses kicked, but we won't fight for anything. But we expect people to just leave us alone as long as we keep our heads down and go to church. You can go to church all you. We've been going to white Christian churches for 500 years, and we're still getting our asses kicked. Now, what does that say about Christianity? Christianity ain't gonna fix anything. We got churches all over the place in the black community, because it's black neighborhoods. We got churches in black neighborhoods. The church look like $1 million, and the community around it looks like garbage. Thanks to the civil rights generation. Misplaced priorities. You got black men who would rather kiss ass for a job instead of building their own. And then they want to sit up here and complain about civil rights and follow Reverend Al around and Messy Jesse, talking that hold on, wait till we get talking that wait till we get a Democratic majority. You got black folks running around here foaming at the mouth, talking about we gonna take over after the midterms. We gonna get more Democrats in office. They've been talking that nonsense. They've been talking that nonsense ever since I've been voting ever since I've been 18, 19 years old. All we got to get is a Democratic majority, and we get everything passed. Come on, man. Come on, man. We need to stop falling for the voting game. We need to stop falling for the church game. All of that stuff is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Total waste of your time. Voting never got black people out of anything. Now, if you want to, and you got all these black folks running around here talking about, well, we should vote. We should vote because our forefathers and foremothers got killed for our right to vote. You know what? You sound stupid. You sound stupid, because voting has not done anything. You got people. I'm proud to say I never voted for Obama. And I've had people attack me on Facebook saying, oh, man, what you got against Obama? Obama did so much for us. And I said, well, what'd he do? I'll wait. What'd he do? Oh, he got bin Laden. I said, well, how much of that? Well, okay, him killing bin Laden, what did that do for you? Did that put any money in your pocket? No, but that's beside the point. I'm like, brother, I ain't trying to argue with you. I asked you a question. What did he do for you? Because the last I checked, he didn't do a damn thing for us. He did more for homos and homo marriage. And he threw couple of bones to Latinos, but he didn't do anything for us. He told us to pull our pants up. Remember that? Hey, brothers, you got to pull your pants up. Y'all should have jumped all over him like they jumped on Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby didn't do nothing for nobody. That's why he's in the position he's in. Ain't nobody riding for Bill Cosby. Did you see Sidney Poitier out there? That's his boy. You see Harry Belafonte out there? No. Nobody riding for Bill Cosby's ass. Bill Cosby tried to screw so many people, so many black comedians. He tried to get Bill Cosby tried to get Def Comedy Jam shut down. He tried because he was on the board of Warner Brothers, of Time Warner. And he went when he was at a board meeting, he tried to get them to shut get HBO to shut, because Time Warner owns HBO. He tried to get HBO to shut down Def Comedy Jam. Y'all didn't know that? Yeah. Bill Cosby is like, oh man, Def Comedy Jam's a minstrel show. That's what he said. Man, y'all better do y'all research, man. Bill Cosby tried to shut a lot of black entertainment down because he got the big head after the Cosby Show. He got a major swollen head, and he would start going after everybody. And so Bill Cosby's on his own now, as he should be. He worth almost $500 million. He ain't done nothing for nobody. Bill Cosby ain't helped nobody. Yeah, well, he talk about, he sent a lot of people to college. He paid for a lot of people to go to law school. So how many businesses did he start where he went and hired a whole bunch of young black men and women? None. Bill Cosby could have took some of his money and started production companies and been like, hey, I'm going to put some of y'all in charge of it. And people would have rolled for him. Tyler Perry's another one. Tyler Perry don't do nothing for nobody. He's the only star in his movies. That's why they don't make no money. That's why every time Tyler Perry make a movie that ain't that Madea crap, ain't that minstrel crap, it don't make no money. That Acrimony movie with Taraji B. Henson, that movie didn't make no money. They yanked that thing out the theater real fast. The movie didn't make no money. Tyler Perry's another one. Tyler Perry ain't doing nothing for black people. Well, because he make them stupid Madea movies that black women love so well. Yeah, he's the only star. He ain't doing nothing for no. He's using the same. He's using the Bill Cosby template. Don't do nothing for your people. Just like Steve Harvey's another one. Steve Harvey gonna go down too. They're gonna take him down too. I'm gonna tell you somebody else they're gonna take down. They're gonna take Michael Jordan's ass down. He's isolated. See, every time these black people start isolating themselves, you notice they go after them. Michael Jordan is isolated. Prince was isolated. Michael Jackson was isolated. That's why it's so easy to take these guys out, because they're isolated. And they know if they kill these guys, we'll have a fit. But we ain't gonna do nothing. We ain't gonna do nothing. How do you survive behind enemy lines? You have no idea how to do that. And the only time you really gonna find that out is when you lose your job, when you lose your income. You're gonna realize you live in a white supremacist country. Although some of you know, because You know, you get called names at the job. They say little racist stuff at the job. They say little slick mouth stuff at the job. And you got to let it go. Because if you go to HR and complain, you're going to be the problem black woman or the problem black guy at the job. You know you don't want to be that guy. But we don't realize that we have to be on code. We don't have to be together. We don't. When you hear black folks talking that slave mess, talking about, oh man, we gotta stick together. No, we don't have to stick together because all Caucasian people don't stick together. We got to be on code. The reason why the white supremacists have been able to survive as long as they have is because they're on code. When one of them walks in the room and another one walks in the room, they get on code. They don't have to say anything to each other. They understand we will unite against these other people. That's being on code. Us on the other hand, we see another black person in the room. Our attitude is, let me be against them because they look like me. Let me be against them. We do the exact opposite. That's why we always get played. Because we can't stand dealing with each other. I can go out here and ask for donations from my own people, and you won't donate shit. But you'll go donate money to the Red Cross, or you'll go to your job and donate money to United Way and Red Cross when White Zaddy and White Mommy come around with that envelope. You won't donate any money to any other black nonprofits. You'll find an excuse. When we say to our people, hey, you know, when am I gonna get some support from you? Or you tell Al, man, I ain't got no money right now, man. I ain't got no money, player. I ain't got nothing, man. But soon as White Daddy come around with that envelope, hey man, we got the United Way thing going on. Got a United Way drive going. Hey, Leroy, how much can you donate? Oh, I got 50. All of a sudden, you got some money. All of a sudden, y'all niggas got money then. Yeah, exactly. Obama's too busy singing Al Green songs. And he didn't do a very good job of it. But that's what we get. We get Al Green songs. Obama was in there 8 years. He didn't even have enough respect to nominate a black woman to the Supreme Court. He gonna go put a Jew up there and a Puerto Rican. That's how much he cared about us. And y'all Negroes out there talking about, you know, acting like it's so great that Obama did so much for you. He ain't do nothing for you. And you know he didn't do nothing. But black people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth, man. That Obama didn't do anything for them. The city of Detroit went bankrupt under his watch. The only thing that Obama did was he killed bin Laden and he murdered Gaddafi because Gaddafi was trying to get that African currency going, the dinar. Because see, a lot of you guys don't know, but America left the gold standard a long time ago. See, what nations used to do back in the day is they guaranteed their collateral was gold. And we decided to get away from the gold standard. And what Gaddafi was doing is he was going around to all the African nations saying, hey, we need to create our own currency. And Obama and them said, oh, hell no. We can't have this. That's what that was about. And Hillary Clinton, that was her op. She ran that. And of course, they made all these, all these deceptive, came up with all these deceptive backstories of all the email servers and all that kind of mess. That was a ruse. But a lot of these other countries out here back their collateral is the gold standard. And America did not want to go to that, because all commodities around the world, oil, pork bellies, all that stuff, is traded in American dollars. And if they would have, if the whole continent of Africa would have done that, went to the dinar, that would have thrown the balance of, that would have gave OPEC more power, and that would have gave the continent of Africa more power. And they didn't want to do that. So they had to get rid of him. And that's why that embassy was left to twist in the wind like that. That's why I tell guys, see that movie 13 Hours. You need to see that movie, man, because it's pretty raw. It's pretty raw. They actually did tell the story pretty accurately. But those handful of ex-Navy SEALs and Secretary of State police officers held those guys off as long as they could. And if it wasn't for their training, they would have died that day, because 4 people did die. Well, it's probably more than that, but the 4 people that they mentioned on TV died. But you are behind enemy lines, and you will continue to be behind enemy lines. But black men, we have to stop standing up, man. We need to stop making excuses. We need to stop beating up on black men who do stand up. Like, I post stuff on here on Facebook telling, brothers, telling brothers to, trying to get brothers to mobilize and do stuff. And, guys get, all of a sudden, guys get real dumb and real blind, don't see nothing, or they want to be critical. Because most of us, we don't want to do anything. We just want to sit on our hands until they start killing us again. Then all of a sudden, people want to start, talking about, we need to march. Well, go ahead and march. You go ahead and march. See how far that gets you. You go ahead and march. I'll be at home. And while you getting thumped in the head, and the police is rousting you and throwing you in jail, I'm going to be at the house. I'm going to be at the house chilling while you sitting in jail talking about, I'm fighting for civil rights. I'm marching for civil rights. I'm protesting for civil rights. You go ahead. You marching and fighting for civil rights, but you don't have an economic base, which is what you have to have if you want to push people around politically and socially. They don't go around here murdering Jews because they got too much money, and they can shut down some stuff with their money. You, on the other hand, you do not. You don't have the paper. Well, we have the money. We just don't do anything with it collectively. But we want to criticize black people who want to stand up. Oh, you radical. I'm not radical. Ain't nothing radical about me. I've had people accuse me of being radical. All this. Dude, I'm not ain't nothing radical about me. I'm just ain't no punk. I'm not a punk. You're not going to push me around. I always get people trying to test me, man. Everywhere I go, I get Hispanic dudes and Caucasian dudes trying to test me. And I let them know I will whoop your ass. Dude, I ain't one of these cats. I said, dude, I'm from South Central LA. You ain't gonna push me around. I don't know. I ain't no church Negro. I'm not from church. I don't go to church. And I'm not a Christian. So I'm not bound by anything. But I am nice with these hands. And you step to me, you're going to get beat down. And they get the message. Oh, so this dude ain't scared. Or they give you the hate stare. I'm like, dude, who you looking at? Why you staring over here, man? I'll get up and go over there and ask him, what you staring? Why you staring at me, man? Why you staring at me? Oh, I'm not staring at you. Yes, you are, dude. Don't look my way no more. Yeah, them people probably do think I'm crazy. But you ain't gonna sit up there and stare at me. You ain't gonna try to make me feel uncomfortable. I know you can't make me feel uncomfortable very easily. But some of y'all, they know you get scared. They can just look at you and you just bitch up. Some of y'all, not all y'all. And by the way, I got two different platforms going right now. People, I got my YouTube subscribers, and I have my Facebook Live people. So if you're not used to my show, the Facebook Live people, if you're not used to my show, this is what I do on my show. I do a weekly podcast. I decided to try to do both of them at the same time. But we've backed ourselves into a 500-year corner, man. And at some point, we got to come out swinging. Because I don't know about you, but I'm going to tell you right now, our backs are up against the wall, player. You behind enemy lines and your back is up against the wall. What you going to do? You gonna attack me? I ain't your enemy. I get guys attacking me all the time. Man, who you think you are, man? You know what that is? That's a nigga that's scared who don't want to do nothing. So he gonna try to jump on me and make excuses. Don't make me your excuse, dog. If you ain't standing up for yourself, that's because of you. Ain't because of me. I'm just pointing it out. But the day of the scary black man is over. We have to stop. We have to stop because it ain't going to get no easier. It's going to get worse. If you think they done killed a whole bunch of black people in the last 3 or 4 years, you better sit back because they get ready to kill some more. You better sit back because you better get ready because they getting ready to kill some more black folks. But they also gonna kill a whole bunch of white folks. And that's what's really scaring white people is them shooting up these schools. Because they're gonna start shooting up other government buildings too. Because they want to throw the balance of law enforcement off. Normally, they attack more than one target at the same time. But because these guys are probably scared to get found out, some of these cells are laying low. That guy that killed them 3 black folks and my frat brother James Shaw Jr. that stopped that shooter in Tennessee. We all know this guy tried to break into the White House. And they didn't see this guy as a problem. See, when you white, you can do that. You can go and try to break into the White House. You can get away with that kind of stuff. Let me try to run up in there. I'll be laying dead on the White House lawn all day. But if you white, you can get away with it. And that guy had ties to domestic terrorists. That guy that shot up that Waffle House. A lot of people don't know that. And then he tried to act like he was crazy, gonna go in there with his meat swinging around with an AR-15, try to act like he was crazy. Oh, he wasn't crazy. People talk about, oh, he was crazy. He was just crazy. No, he wasn't. He knew exactly what he was doing. Thank God there was somebody there to stop him from killing any more people. But man, come on, in the South, especially the Southeast, Black folks love the Waffle House. And that Waffle House was a hangout for a lot of Black party goers. They usually went there after fraternity party and sorority parties. See, a lot of people don't put these dots together because the media doesn't tell the truth. They don't tell the whole truth. Just like this whole, I did my show. Those of you who are on Facebook, I did a podcast about that cake case with the Supreme Court. I did a podcast on Monday about that. And I'm going to rehash you guys on what we talked about on Monday, because I know you don't have time to go to my channel, The Mad Voodoo Man, and listen to that show. But the media sat up there and lied or lied by omission. And they didn't tell the truth about that case. I didn't know half the stuff about that case. So let me put y'all up on game. Those of you who don't know, the homosexual couple that took that Colorado baker to court, what they didn't tell you is that he tried to give them options of making a normal cake. See, they didn't say that on NPR. They didn't say that on NPR. They didn't say that on the news. They didn't say anything about that. They just tried to make it sound like this guy was a straight up asshole, when he wasn't the one that was the asshole. It was the two homosexuals who were the assholes. They asked him to make a penis cake, and he said no. I don't blame him. What pervert goes into a bake shop and say, I want a penis cake? And then he'll sit up there and bully the dude. Then he'll sit up there and bully him. Then he's going to sit up here and bully the guy and take him to court, and they lost, which is good. I'm glad they lost, because the buck stops at the Supreme Court. Talk about, this is about discrimination. No, it ain't. It's about you bullying people. And I'm sick of these homos trying to bully us. I ain't caping for them people. But they lost. And they lost huge. That wasn't a discrimination case. That was a bullying case. They try to bully this guy into making a penis cake. They didn't say anything about that in the media. They just said he didn't want to make a cake, like he just wanted to be an asshole. And that wasn't even the case. Wow. But they asked him to do something that he shouldn't have had to do. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't have did it either. But I wouldn't have been as I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't have been as diplomatic about it as he was. I wouldn't have gave him a choice. I'd have told him to get the hell out of my face, asking me to make something like that. I don't care if I wasn't a Christian, which I'm not. I still wouldn't make a penis cake for two homos. I wouldn't do it. I mean, like, man, if you don't get your ass up out of here asking me to make a penis cake, I wouldn't make a vagina cake. But that's what you come to expect from homos. They're perverted. They're sexual deviants. I don't care if people get mad if I say that. I don't care if you got a gay brother or a gay cousin. I don't care. I ain't caping for them people. And you shouldn't be caping for them anyway, man. Some of these homosexuals are some of the most racist people out here. The white gay mafia out there in Hollywood, in New York, they stick together. They stick together. You don't believe me? Watch them. But I was able to climb out of the hole that I was in because I changed how I thought. That's cognitive behavioral therapy. I did that on myself. Most people are not able to do that. Cognitive behavioral therapy means you change the way they think, therefore you change your behavior. Because you can't change your behavior if you don't change how you think. You'll continue to keep doing things the same way over and over again. Remember, they say that, you know, doing something the same way over and over again is the definition of expecting a different result, is the definition of insanity. That's actually true. You can't keep doing stuff the same way. I had to do stuff differently. And again, excuse me, I had to unlearn all of that Christian mess, all that going to church and all that nonsense. I had to unlearn all that stuff because that stuff is not useful to us. And that's why a lot of y'all, if you lost your job today, you'd starve. You starve to death. You don't know how to grow anything. Probably don't have anywhere to grow any food. You don't know how to tend to livestock. You don't know how to do any of that stuff, do you? And if that's the case, what are you going to do if you lose your job? And see, I'll be asking black people these questions. What you going to do if you lose your job? I don't want to think about that, man. I don't want to think about that, man. Okay. Okay. Don't think about it. But the next time a job is lost, it may be yours. What you going to do? Because if you stuck working for white zaddy or white mommy, man, I don't know, dude. But you better do something. You better do something, player. The super chat button does work, y'all. But like I said, I was able to fix my life because I was willing to make changes. And I was willing to make changes that were uncomfortable. Are you willing to make changes that are uncomfortable? Some people don't want to stick their own necks out there and be uncomfortable. Some people want to be comfortable. Some people want to be comfortable. And I get that. But you don't want to jeopardize. You don't want to jeopardize today's comfort for tomorrow's discomfort. Because today, when you lose a job today, it's hella painful. It's painful on so many fronts. It's painful on so many fronts because you can possibly lose everything. Whereas, 30 years ago, if you lost a job, it was no big deal. You get another one, no big deal. But today, bruh, you don't want to lose no job today, man. Because like I said again, most of y'all will never recover. You lose everything. You lose your apartment. You lose your house. You lose your marriage. Because your woman ain't gonna. And you talk that my wife love me crap all you want. Lose your job. See how much your wife love your ass. A lot of brothers like to talk that shit. It's real hard. It's real hard to keep a marriage going when you ain't got no job. And I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't no woman out here gonna stick by you when you lose your job, whether you get laid off or you get terminated or whatever it is. You will never have another job, and you will lose your house, you will lose your apartment, you will lose your family. Because none of these women are going to stick around. I don't care how many times you go to church. You can go to church all you want. Your woman will be up in church with somebody else. And you be sitting in the back of the church, just your grill your grill just cooking. You're going to be at the back of the church, your grill just cooking. Man, I can't believe she going to bring that nigga up in here, man. Okay? That's why I don't do marriage. I don't do marriage. I ain't taking care of nobody. Not unless you can take care of yourself already. You prove you can take care of yourself, then maybe we might be able to talk about maybe living together or something. But I ain't marrying nobody. Because marriage is a legally binding agreement. And it's more to do with business than it does with love. You can be romantic and not be married. Ain't no law say you have to be married. But see, that's that old Christian, oh, y'all shacking up. You living in sin. You can't go out here and marry every woman you bump uglies with. You go on out here and marry every woman you take out to the movies. You go ahead and do that. You're gonna have about 4 or 5 ex-wives. Go ahead and get married. Marriage ain't fun. Marriage is a business. And after that beautiful wedding and beautiful reception, it's all work. And most of us are not prepared for that work. You ain't prepared to do no real work. You ain't prepared to do no real work, and you know you ain't prepared to do no damn work. That's why women love weddings. Women love weddings because it's a show. And all women know how to do is provide a show. But the next day, the real work starts. And they ain't prepared to do any work. In order to be a wife, it takes work. It takes certain skills that you need to have before you become a wife. But see, most women don't have any of them skills. So when they get married, you sitting up there like, damn, you don't know how to do nothing. That's what happened to me. I'm like, this woman don't know how to do nothing but sit here and complain and run up these bills. And then be sitting up here with reckless eyeballs. See, because American women had that affliction. Most American women had that affliction. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Most American women had that affliction. Which is wandering eyeball syndrome. They always patting somebody else's pockets. They always checking some other man's pockets to see if he got more money than you. Not necessarily. 30 ain't too old. You're still young if you're 30. What the hell? But the question is it stable? City jobs might not be stable. Like I said, people, we're living in an uncertain time. And I think a lot of us don't understand how volatile our economy is. Nothing is sacred anymore. It used to be, nobody would run up in a church and shoot up a church. Nobody would sit up here and run in a school and shoot up a school like that, or sit up here in a Las Vegas hotel and gun down all them people. It was just some stuff that just did not happen. Now it's happening. And I think a lot of people are feeling that uneasiness. And it's good that you are feeling it, because you need to understand that we live in uncertain times. How are you going to prepare for those uncertain times? Because again, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You dig? And a lot of you guys are sitting on your hands right now. Some of y'all been listening to me for 7 years and you still sitting on your hands playing. You still out here playing. You don't even have your own place. How many of y'all still live with your parents? And you supposed to be a grown woman or a grown man? How many of y'all live with your auntie or your grandmama? And you call yourself a man. You out here chasing women. You out here putting profiles up on POF and OkCupid and all these other places trying to get women, and you don't even have your own place or a job. What you mean you paying for your mama house? What you mean paying? Why are you paying for your mama house? You shouldn't be paying for somebody else's house. If you pay, you should be paying for your own house. Let your mama pay for her own house. You ain't her man. You your mama's man. Yeah, you live there. So what? You ain't. Look, man, let me tell y'all something about that nonsense. Let me tell y'all something. Some of these women are up to no good. They'll sit up there and have their kids paying the house note, or have their kids paying the rent on the house. Let me explain something to you. I ain't never had to put up with that kind of mess. Your mama ought to be taking care of all the bills, and then saying, okay, son, you give me $100 a week toward the bills. That's what I had to do. I had to pay rent. I had to pay $100 a week after I got a job, and I was like 19, 20, 21. And then I got my own place. That's why I say you. And then too, aren't you saving your money so you can get your own? See, that's what I'm saying, man. You got a lot of guys out here. Yeah, I know you live in I get it. I get it. But still, man, you supposed to have your own spot, man. Let me explain something to you. See, let me ask you something, Monstar 86. Are you bringing women up in your mama house? Let me tell you something, man. Dude, you need to get your own spot, homie. Dudes, you need to get your own spot, man. You need to stack your chips and get your own spot. I don't care if you got to get 3 homeboys together and y'all staying in a 2-bedroom apartment. Get your own spot, man, so you can have your own space. How old are you? I know you ain't no young dude. You ain't that young. Yeah, man, you need to get your own spot, homie. You need to get a better job and go get your own spot. I got a couple life coaching clients right now. They got their own spots, but man, well, one guy don't have his own spot. Now I'm like, dude, you gotta get your own spot, man. You're like, well, I gotta do that. No, no, no. Your mom need to handle her own business. If she ain't making enough money to take care of herself, whose fault is that? Is that your fault? No. That's her fault. And she didn't set herself up for success. Now she's sitting up here dragging you down. Do you know how let me tell you something, man. A woman can't respect a man that has to take care of his mama and live in the house with his mama. If I was a woman and I met you, I'd be like, dude, I can't build nothing with you because your mama gonna be in the picture all the time. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Yeah, you can be her caregiver. That doesn't mean you have to stay there because both of you guys are using each other. There's one thing to be a caregiver because you have an elderly parent. That's one thing. But when you're living there and paying bills, that means you live there and you're not her caregiver. Come on, brother, don't bullshit me. Being a caregiver is one thing. You are living there. Yeah, I know you're telling me the truth, but what I'm saying is, do you understand where I'm going with this? Is she infirmed? Is she infirmed? Is your mother sick? Okay. So if you're not acting as her caregiver, then why are you there? Y'all, you see where I'm going with this, brother? See, you got to get held to, see, brother, you got to get held to a higher standard, man. I understand that. But you can't grow, dude, you can't grow if you're living with your mama, man. Do you understand? Brother, this is type of conversation that a lot of you cats need to have because a lot of y'all just, you're not doing, you ain't progressing if you sitting up there living with your mama, man. Just like I see these broads out here sitting up there. Well, I live with my mama because I broke up with my boyfriend. I'm like, that ain't no excuse. You supposed to have your own place. Well, I ain't making no money right now. My kids need help. And my mama said we could leave with her. I'm like, you know what? You're a bum. Lady, you are a bum, and I'm not interested in dating you because you have nothing to offer other than used vagina. See, that's why I keep telling brothers, man, you can't be considered a man if you living like a little boy. I know it's easy. It's easy to live with moms or the auntie or your grandmother. I know it's easy to do that. But if there was a man in the house, he would have put your ass out. He'd been like, son, you need to go out here and do your own thing. I'll help you, but you need to get out of here. See, black men, we sit up here and be doing little boy stuff and then be getting mad when white folks treat us like little kids. You can't be respected as a man if you living with your mama. Well, first of all, you need to be able to pay the taxes on the house. Because if you can't pay the taxes, that house gonna go into foreclosure. because women ain't gonna believe it. Women ain't. Let me tell you something. A woman that got her stuff together, she gonna be like, "Wait a minute here. You live with your mama? Why?" See, a hood rat ain't gonna ask them questions because the hood rat live with her mama, with her 3 kids, about 3 different men. It's not your this. Let me tell you something, young man. I'm tell you young brother something. It ain't your fault that your mama did miscalculated on her retirement or didn't work enough or whatever the case is. That's not your fault, man. And you shouldn't see. That's the sad thing is a lot of these women put this onus on their kids, on their sons. Well, you should be the man because your daddy ain't here. Or your daddy died, so you gonna be the man. Well, usually if a woman been married, she ain't gonna put that on her son. Because women that come from women whose husband died, they ain't them kind of women. They ain't gonna sit up there and have their son acting like they man. See, that's that single mom shit. That's that single mom shit. Have your son acting like the man of the house. That all it does is stunt your emotional development. It's an apartment? What is this, a condo? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand you have a it's nothing wrong with trying to be there for an elderly parent, but at the same time, you got to grow too, man. Because I've seen guys that you know they get stuck in that rut, man, trying to take care of somebody. And these guys don't never get married. They'll never have no kids, never have no career because they're too busy trying to take care of some elderly relative. I'm not saying put your mom in no home, but what I'm saying is don't tell me you can't get your own place. Because let me tell you something, when a lot of you young brothers are telling me that you're 30 years old and you got a temp job, or you 30 years old and you working some $12, $13 an hour job, the reason why that's the best you can do is because you didn't set yourself up for success. When everybody else was graduating, going to the military and going to college, you were just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And you took the easiest thing you can get, which was that job at Foot Locker or at Church's Chicken baking them biscuits, or at Popeyes baking them biscuits, getting all that biscuit dust all in your afro, wearing that plastic apron with the biscuit dust all over it. Then when I come in there to get me a 2-piece, then here you come up to the register looking like Screwface, all mad because you got biscuit dust all over your ass. Okay, got all that biscuit dust all on you, or you get all that chicken flour all over you when you hitting them drumsticks together, throwing them in that fryer. Okay. All right. I know how you brothers like that biscuit dust in your afro. You say why is it your school's job to help you? Huh? How is that their fault? Dude, whose life is it? It's your life. See, that's what I'm saying, man. get a lot of cats to be out here making it black. Like you cats be making too many excuses, man. At the end of the day, it's your life, man. Take control of your life. Dude, you don't have control of your life. That's why you in the situation you in. And you getting this tough love. You're in the situation you're in because you don't take any responsibility for your life. You up here blaming stuff on a school, and it's your life. Is it the school? Is your life the school's life? No, it's your life. Take responsibility for your life because it's the only one you can control, not anybody else. I'm tired of talking to young black men, 28, 29, 30 years old, and they don't even have their own places. They don't even have a real job because you're trying to get something easy so you don't have to be responsible. And you're never going to get a full-time job that's going to pay a good wage or a good salary and benefits if you have no skills. If you have no skills, you can't move forward. That's another thing. You can't, look, man, the days of graduating from high school and getting that job at the city or the county or the state or the federal government, them days are over with. Those days are over with. And you made enough money where you have more than enough money. Nah, them days are over with, dude. Those days are over with. There's nothing out here. Let me explain. Let me say this to black folks, man. If white folks are losing their jobs or they're out here homeless and they can't find jobs, what the hell do you think gonna happen to your black ass? Huh? What you think gonna happen to your black ass after a while? Y'all better think about it, man. That's what I say. Find a purpose. I found my purpose. That's one thing. You have to find a purpose. Just like mad scientist Jay said. You have to find something you're passionate about. If it's HVAC, engineering, helping people, whatever it is. Then if you need to go to school and get educated, go to school. If you need to get a certification, get it. Go get it. But nobody's going to hire you out of high school with no skills and no education. It's not going to happen. That's why people who go to the military and maybe they in the military for 2 years, they're going to be still way ahead of the curve than you are. Because they've gotten experience, and if nothing else, they got social skill experience. Find something. That's why let me just say this here, people. The schools are not going to do anything for you. You know how many times I saw a guidance counselor in high school? One time. 10th grade. One time. That's the last time I saw a counselor. I realized early on I was responsible for me. And I still had some problems when I graduated from high school. Because I wasn't prepared academically for college, even though I was there. Art, music, and design it. Dude, come on, man. That's not a career, man. You need to find something tangible like engineering, HVAC, plumbing, carpentry. You need to find a real job, son. Art, music is not a career. That's not a viable career. What you're doing is just throwing stuff out there that you think you might want to do for fun. That's not a career. I had a client of mine talking about life coaching client of mine said something. He gonna say something to me. He gonna say something to me talking about, well, man, I wanna write a book. I'm like, dude, you ain't even learned how to talk to women yet. How you gonna write a book? You got to find something viable, something tangible. Okay? Find something tangible. That's why I keep telling guys, they got a school up here where you can learn how to they have a heavy equipment operated program, they got a carpentry program, they got a plumbing program, they got an electrical program, and they got a construction technology program, free tuition. Northwest College or something up here, over here in Vancouver, down here in Vancouver. Free tuition. Okay? You think them people are graduating from that program or leaving that program with nothing? They're leaving their program with a career. Yeah, they're going to be doing manual labor, but they're going to be getting paid good money. See, if you're a carpenter, you can go build your own house. You learn how to build houses. That's the first thing they teach you how to do, is build a house. If you can get into commercial construction, that's even better. All right, now let me say something about that that certified IT tech. Let me say something about that real quick. Now, we had this discussion before. Those of you who are talking about possibly going into IT, look, my MBA I have a emphasis in IT management. Let me explain something to you. These IT programs, most of them are a joke. Okay? I got a cousin that got a degree in IT, and it's a waste of time. If you're not learning how to program and code, it's a waste of time, because all you're going to be is a technician who makes $15 an hour, while your supervisor is going to be making $70,000 and $80,000 a year. You're going to be stuck being a technician, doing very little work. All you're going to be doing is monitoring servers. If the server go down, here you go emailing the real computer scientists upstairs that make the real money, while you don't make anything. That's why I be telling people, stop telling people to go into IT, man. I don't know why they keep trying to sell them programs like that. IT does not pay anything. And it's 1 million people out here doing IT. It's 1 million people out here doing that. And they ain't making no money. If you want to make money in computers, go to school for computer science. You'll do better. Let me tell you something. And an associate's in science degree in computer science, you'll make more money than them IT people. That's a fact. Anybody can monitor a server from a remote location. That's all you're going to be doing. And you're going to go to school for 2 and 4 years to do that? To be a technician? Y'all need to get off of that, man. Y'all need to get off of that IT shit. I don't know why y'all keep talking that IT shit. That's why that program's free. Because you can't get a job doing it. And you think they're going to hire your black ass over a white boy? Fuck out of here. All right, man. See, hey, y'all see what I'm talking about here? The bullheadedness with a lot of these brothers. That's why you ain't doing shit. Because you don't want to listen. I'm telling you what the market is telling me. Them white boys sell those IT programs at those colleges. They sell that stuff really well. I'll give it to them on that. They sell it well. But what they ain't going to tell you is that you ain't going to find a job because you don't have any training in anything. You can get a monkey in there to monitor a server and email the real people, the real engineers. You get a monkey to do that shit. You go ahead. You know what? Let me tell you something. You bullheaded niggas, y'all can go out here and get an IT degree and see where you end up. Yeah, it might be NSA approved, but the thing is, are you already interning at NSA? That's the question. Are you interning at NSA or the Army or the Navy or the Air Force? It ain't supposed to be easy. And let me tell you something. Anything worth working for is not easy. That's why it's so many young black men sending me emails talking about I still live at home because you ain't completed nothing. Taking classes over and over and over and over and over and over again. Taking classes till you 50 years old and ain't finished shit. The reason why I talk so much shit on this show is because you guys don't listen. But you think you know every damn thing. And every time somebody tell you about some bullshit ass program somewhere, here you go running over there doing that. And I'm sitting here right now telling you what's popping off. Do you know how many jobs out here in heavy equipment who are just sitting open because nobody knows how to drive those machines, knows how to operate those machines? Or the carpentry jobs that are out here, HVAC, electrical, plumbing. They can't find enough people to work them jobs. And when people sit up here and talk this shit about ain't no jobs out here, yeah, doing all the easy stuff, there ain't no jobs out here. Jobs that are real attractive to most people, those jobs are filled. And even if they're not, they're going to pick a white girl or a white boy over you. They're going to pick a white person over you. Now what you going to do? Like I said, the reason why y'all can sit there and keep bullshitting and clowning is because you live at home. Your parents ain't talking about kicking your ass out. Your mama ain't talking about kicking your ass out. Because some parents are just as needy as the children are. You got parents who want their children to stay home so they can have somebody to talk to because they don't have a man and never tried to get one. because they always hid behind your ass. I'm just telling, I'm just giving it to you raw, dude, because that's how you need it. Because if your daddy had been there, look, let me tell you something. If your pops pass away, that's unfortunate. There's nothing you can do about that. But those of you who your daddy is alive and your mama's pulling that shit, you need your ass kicked and she need her ass kicked. Because she's playing you. And you are allowing her to play you because you don't want to move on. It ain't easy being a man, brothers. It ain't easy. I give you guys solid information so you don't have to go and get your head beat in out here. Because these white dudes, no matter what, they could always still fall back on white supremacy. You can't. You better go out there and get a real skill. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. And I get tired of people always talking about, man, I'm going to IT. I'm going to go into cybersecurity. And then they get a job, then they get a degree in that shit and can't even find a damn job. Whose fault is that? Is that the white man's fault? Is that your mama's fault, or is it your fault? They're always going to hire Sancho over you, and they always going to hire a white person over you. And if that's the case, then what are you going to do? Yeah, welding is good too, but they don't always pay a lot of money. It's a lot of welders out here. CNC operator. Some of those machines are very sophisticated to operate. So you got to go to school to learn how to operate those machines. That's the stuff you need to be getting into. And if nothing else, go out there and get a CDLA license and drive a truck and work till you buy your own truck. Don't just sit up here and do nothing. A lot of you brothers, y'all be sitting up here doing nothing. And then go sit up here and get mad at me because I'm trying to get your head right. But you know what? Don't listen to me. You smart aleck niggas, you go ahead and you do what you got to do. You going out here and bump your head up against the wall and keep making bad decisions. Go ahead. Because I ain't the one. I ain't the one. Hey, look here, man. I got plenty of skills. Plenty of them. And most of them I'm getting paid from those skills. But most of you have none. And the sad thing about it is some of y'all still talking the same shit. For the past 7 years, you still talking the same shit. Almost a decade has gone by and you still living at home. Talking about you going to school. It don't take the dude. I done got 2 degrees since you've been going to school. You need to have multiple skills. You cannot walk around here thinking you can smile and grin your way into a job. My sons are going to find that out the hard way. That a degree don't mean nothing, especially when you get a degree in something that ain't STEM. And cybersecurity and IT ain't STEM. Although some people might consider it to be, it's not. If it ain't computer science or computer engineering, it ain't STEM. Because again, anybody can do cybersecurity. All you're doing is monitoring servers. or monitoring the network where certain codes pop up, and then you realize somebody's hacking into the system. Again, all you're going to do is send an email upstairs where the real computer scientists are. They're making the real money while your stupid ass is down there making $15 an hour monitoring. But go ahead, do that cybersecurity shit. Go ahead. In 3 or 4 more years, you'll still be going to school. 10 years would have passed and you'll still be going to school. Still living at home. Still eating ramen noodles in your bedroom on a TV tray. Because your mama ain't gonna never put your overgrown ass out. But like I said, man, a lot of you niggas, man, you got hard heads. But like my dad just say, hard head make a soft ass. Hard head make a soft ass, dog. A lot of y'all in a few years, you're gonna have a real soft ass because you ain't gonna be making any money. You hear me? You ain't gonna be making any money. And you still gonna be faking and playing and going to school. You ain't no man if you live in your mama's house. You ain't a man. At least if you if you have roommates and you go get an apartment with some other guys, at least you still got your own place. Yeah, you got roommates, but you got your own place. You still relatively young, so you can get away with being a young guy, you know, having roommates. But when you get my age and you talking about you got roommates, you're like, you kind of old to be having roommates. In San Antonio and Minneapolis, I noticed a lot of women always asked if I had roommates, especially in Minneapolis. And I was like, hell no. I ain't got no damn roommates. I live alone. I don't need no damn roommates to get my rent paid. There's so many of y'all so used to living like roaches. See, black people are used to living like roaches, man. Too many of us are used to living like roaches. And that's why you don't see no reason why you should have your own place. Because you already been living like a roach for all this time. Why stop living like a roach now? But I'm telling you what these other people see in your ass. And you don't get it. Look, man, go by AskTheIceman.com. Donate $5, man. Just go ahead and make that move, man. We need to raise this money. Like I said, we raising this money for the shoes, the socks, coats, and book bags. That's what we're doing right now. So go to AskTheIceman.com and donate. You tune into the Iceman Show. This concludes the broadcast. We're gonna do a YouTube live on Saturday. I'm trying to figure out what time on Saturday we're gonna do it. I haven't decided when we're gonna do it just yet. Okay, we haven't decided. I haven't decided yet. But if we go ahead and do it, we'll do it that way. Okay. But we got to get on the good foot as black people. We're going to have to get on the good foot, man. We need to stop. Y'all need to stop playing. A lot of y'all are just playing. Hell yeah, they need skilled jobs. But like I said, man, if you guys don't see, like I said, if you don't believe me, go to the Department of Labor's, what do they call it? Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor and Statistics. That talks about what jobs are hot right now. Okay? And like I keep telling y'all, man, y'all niggas want to sit up here and keep playing around and clowning around and talking that dumb shit and talk about, well, what about this? Well, what about that, Ice Man? Well, what about them? I'm like, dude, you know what, dude? You ain't trying to do nothing. That's why you keep coming up with all these excuses. You don't want to do shit. Most of you niggas don't want to do nothing, man. But then you want to come by my channel and send stupid ass messages, tell about, man, why you always getting on people's cases, man? Why you always talking shit to people? I'm not talking shit. I'm telling you information you should already know, nigga. That's why when I ask for donations, you should have enough money to where you could donate $5, nigga. You broke ass niggas, you want to sit up here and half-ass work, half-ass do this, half-ass do that, and you ain't got no money for nothing that's important. You ain't even get, some of you niggas ain't even got $5. Some of you niggas ain't even got $5 in your checking account. But yet you up here trying to holler at women. You on POF. Holler at me, baby. What's up, shawty? What's up, shawty? Then when the bitch start asking pertinent questions, and you see, because women know how to ask you questions, like how a therapist, like how I would ask you questions, and you would think I'm just asking you basic questions, but I'm really asking you questions, some very serious questions, but I'm asking in a way that you're not aware of what I'm asking you. And when women ask certain questions, you think they're just making conversation. She's actually patting your pockets to see what you got popping. Because even at my age and at my success level, I still get women trying to check me like that. I'm like, don't sit up here and ask me whether I own a house or not. I sold my houses. I don't want to own a house. And if you don't like it, fuck you. I ain't trying to go out here and buy a house and be fronting. I ain't got a front for nobody. But see, that's what so many non-black women expect from black men. They always expect black men to be fronting all the time. Where's your Denali? Where's your Yukon? Where's your Suburban? Because we know black men love to, buy expensive cars they can't afford. So they think I'm one of these clowns. I see brothers around here with rolling around here in BMWs and Benzes, and I'm just like, how much? I'm saying to myself, how is this nigga paying for this? Yeah, some of these guys be Portland Trailblazers. Some of these guys be Portland Trailblazers. But I can tell you right now, some of them ain't. These niggas just go out and buy an expensive car because they know that's the only thing that's going to get women's attention, which is sad for a black man. It's sad that a black man got to go out here and overextend himself financially just to get women's attention. Because that's why I was telling y'all the other Monday night. I said, look here, man, if I went out here and bought a $150,000 Tesla, do you think I'd have any more women? No. Because it ain't the car, it's the man. And women would be able to detect that I ain't no simp or trick. Now, if I probably was giving off simp and trick vibes, maybe they would jump in the car with me. But just because you driving a Lamborghini don't mean you're going to have women. That's why I say I see plenty of guys driving $100,000 cars by themselves. If you ain't got no game, a Lamborghini ain't going to help you. And you know one thing, mad scientist Jay, you know why these young niggas ain't listening? These young niggas ain't listening because they ain't used to listening to no man. They don't listen to women all their life. So all they used to is that feminine negative energy. Because I've counseled guys who have told me they mamas beat them down verbally. They told their mamas was like, you ain't gonna never be nobody. You better not, you ain't shit. Then when a nigga want to get out the house, then they want to sit up there and start talking that shit. Because they see you as property, not as a son. But like I said, man, y'all niggas go on out here, keep fucking up. You can go ahead and keep fucking up. Because that's one of the reasons. Let me tell you something. My generation is somewhat better off than you guys are. You young cats, man, when you guys get my age, there ain't gonna be nothing out here for you other than prison and cemeteries. That's all that's gonna be out here for you, dude. I'm telling y'all think I'm bullshitting. We already there right now. You ain't got no balls, so you ain't gonna sell no dope. Or you might be dumb enough to let somebody talk you into riding dirty, and because you inexperienced and stupid as hell, you go out here and get busted the first time you do that shit. What up? But like I said, man, I ain't gonna sit up here all night, man. But I'm gonna tell you, hold up, man. I gotta go take care of something. Let me grab this thing. Take care of this before it gets too late. Yeah, neck has hurt me because I was on that Bowflex machine earlier. Like I said, man, you guys can do what you want to do. But I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to get you set up so that you don't. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of you guys are going to wait until it's too late. And you're going to be sitting there jobless, skillless, and you're going to be sitting there feeling like you got a vagina. And you're going to feel like the worst kind of loser ever. And you're gonna, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, man, that nigga tried to tell me 10 years ago to get off the bullshit. But a lot of you guys so used to listening to women bullshit you don't want to hear nothing no man got to say. And that's sad. I feel sorry for you niggas, man. I feel sorry for you. Because you guys sitting here right now today that you're listening to me on the live stream and you're in the chat room, you're gonna keep on doing the same stupid ass shit. You're gonna still sit up here and half-ass live your life. You're gonna be 35 years old, still living at home with your mama. You're gonna be out here where you 35 years old, working a part-time job, looking stupid as hell. because you soft. You young niggas are soft. You niggas are soft. You don't know how to work hard for anything. Everything is everything is somebody else's fault. You living at home with your mama, but it's your school's fault. Nigga, it's your fault. It ain't the school's fault. It's your fault. Yeah, they failed you just like they failed my ass. But did I sit here and live my life that way? No. I got up off my ass and I decided to start doing things on my own because I knew these white folks didn't give a shit. And neither did the black ones. But some of them cared a little bit back then when I was your age. Black folks cared a little bit because you had some black folks who ran some of these programs that I was in. But those programs don't exist anymore. They don't have the CETA program no more. Hey, y'all, is there any OGs in the room? Do y'all remember the CETA program? It was a federal program where low-income, college-bound kids could go over there and work and make minimum wage. All we did was sit around and talk. We didn't do nothing. But we got a check every other week. I worked a factory job with my dad. I rode to work with him. And then when I got off in the morning, I slept 2 or 3 hours. Then I got up and went to that job, then stayed there 3 or 4 hours and then got, hurry up and got home, got a couple more hours of sleep, and then had to get up and go to work with his ass. Man, I hated that shit. But it taught me a lot. It taught me about responsibility. And that I didn't want to be, I didn't want to work in no damn factory. That's what I'm saying, man. I can't even get niggas to donate $5, man. I tell them, hey, man, go to AskTheIceman.com, donate $5. Nigga, oh, man, oh, shit, man. This nigga always begging for money. Nick, man, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to be here. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm only going to do this live stream a couple of more times. I'm only going to do this a couple of more times. What I tell y'all? If you don't support me, I'm not going to be here because I got other shit to do. I got other shit to do, nigga, than be sitting up here trying to educate your ass. And you're going to be an asshole and not even donate $5. The fuck is wrong with you niggas? If I was selling weed, your ass would be done gave me $20 already. Fuck out of here, man. That's why ain't nobody got no respect for black men, because we can't get black men to do nothing. If I was selling rib sandwiches, your ass would be done bought 5 of them. We have to stop being bitch made and start putting money up. Otherwise, all the good black men disappear. I'm sitting up here, man. I'm really getting tired of these dusty ass YouTube niggas, man. I'm really getting tired of these niggas. It was a nigga on here talking shit. There's another nigga on here talking shit about Tariq. Let me explain something to you, man. There's a lot. I don't know what Tariq did to some of these niggas, but there's a lot of niggas on YouTube mad at that nigga. I don't know why, but I think most of it is jealousy. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Why somebody is jealous of another man. Man, Tariq, he a hustler. He this, he that. Who ain't a hustler, nigga? You a hustler. You just mad ain't nobody listening to your monkey ass. You got niggas out here acting like Tariq out here selling pussy on the internet or something. Fuck out of here, man. Get tired of these niggas. Get tired of niggas always being jealous all the time or cheap. Nobody's gonna give black men anything. You niggas think y'all so cute. Let me tell you something. My sons think they cute. They're gonna find out how uncute they are when they leave them colleges. I told my oldest son, I said, hey man, good luck finding a good job. Good luck. That bullshit you majoring in, good job. Good job majoring in some dumb shit. Sales and marketing. What kind of fucking job do you think you're going to get with that shit? Exactly. It'd be one thing if he wasn't providing something tangible. Tariq provides something tangible. Let me tell you something. A lot of these niggas are mad because they trying to act like Tariq is the only successful man on successful black man on the internet. He's not. There's plenty of guys on there that get way more views than he does. But they don't go around announcing it. But you got so many of these dusty ass niggas who are, and a lot of these guys are dusty niggas that try to call his show talking stupid. And then when he didn't want to, if he don't want to talk to their asses, then they want to sit up. They want, you know, they want to get mad. Man, he wouldn't talk to me. So you're gonna make a shitty ass video about it. I'm like, man, these niggas, boy, I swear to God, man. That's why I say this book right here, I wrote this book. I ain't trying to make no money off this book. There's good information in this damn book. I ain't gonna write no bullshit ass book. But y'all niggas can go ahead. Hey, let me tell you something. All y'all that think you got it figured out, all you niggas is living, all you young niggas is living at home with your mamas. If you got it figured out, go ahead, man. But I guarantee in 10 years, you're either going to be dead, in prison, or you're going to be locked in a part-time or full-time job where you're going to be working with wetbacks. You're going to be working with felons. You're going to be working with a whole bunch of people who have fallen off in life. You're going to be working with them kind of people, and you're going to wonder how it is you got there. Well, you got there because of your hard ass fucking head. That's how you got there. You got there because you wanted to be there, because you ain't trying to listen. And I'm telling you right now, you got to take a hard look. See, the problem with a lot of you guys, you don't take that hard look and look in the mirror. Dude, do you know how many times I had to look in the mirror? Sometimes tears did come out of my eyes. I was ashamed. Sometimes you got to cry some tears, man. Sometimes you got to hurt. In order to become the man or woman that you need to be, sometimes you got to do that, brother. And y'all, and I'm telling you, the longer you dude, let me tell you something. The longer you prolong this process, the worse it's going to be for you. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be hard. The older you get, the harder it is for you to start over. It's going to be easy for you to start over right now. It's easy to start over when you're young.
Like a dream.
But when you sit up here and do a half-ass job of everything, like, see, you got to understand something. You guys have been half-assed in your lives for so long, you done got used to it. And when that white supremacy hit your ass, when it really hit your ass, because I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't going to be able to grin and smile your way into everything. Let me tell you something. The only people who can go out here and grin and smile their way into things are white folks. You, on the other hand, better have some skills that either you can use for your own businesses, or they're going to use those skills. and pay you a wage. The choice is yours, man. You can sit up here and you ain't wasting my time, because I ain't gonna let you waste my time. I've been on here a few minutes longer than I really wanted to be. But I'm gonna tell you right now, dog, some of y'all, your problem ain't intelligence. Your problem is you got a thick ass skull. You got a thick skull, and you don't want to listen to no man. Now, if I was a woman and I'd be sitting here with my titties out, you'd be listening. That's sad. See, this is why Detroit looked the way it is. Everywhere you find black people, that's why Flint looks the way it does. Because it's guys like you who say, it's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility. I'm only responsible for this right here. My little space right here, my room. I'm not responsible for anything else. Sooner or later, buddy, you ain't gonna have that. You won't have that. People are, dude, if white people are ending up on the street, what the fuck you think gonna happen to your black ass? And these is white folks that you think would be able to tap into white supremacy. Even with white supremacy, they get nothing. They're on the streets. And they starting to clean up these streets, man. They starting to kick these motherfuckers out of here. Because these people got dogs, they shitting and pissing all over. You got human feces and human waste all everywhere these little camps are. These nasty ass white boys, they just sitting around here shitting and pissing right where they land. I'm like, you nasty motherfuckers. Let me tell you something, man. I have nothing but respect for Tariq. And I'm not trying to sell his books or anything. I'm not trying to sell his movies. But I bought Hidden Colors 1 through 4. I didn't buy it because I had to. I bought it the first one I bought, I just wanted to see what it was going to be about. And I was like, well, this is okay. It was kind of, it wasn't janky, but you could tell that it was a first movie. But it was still decent. I mean, it wasn't nothing wrong with it, but you could tell that was, they was finding their way. But the second one was better. Now, I got 3 and 4. I haven't looked at 3 and 4 yet. And I'm going to get 1804. I just haven't gotten around to getting it yet. But he's a damn good filmmaker. Damn good. Self-taught. He didn't do like some of you niggas. Hey, I'm going to go to film school. Why waste 4 years in film school when you can just get a camera and do that shit yourself? There's a camera that I'm planning on buying, but I ain't trying to come off $9,000. But there's a camera I want to get that's a straight up movie camera. It's a real movie camera. It's just a real compact Canon camera. Because I asked my nephew. My nephew was a film major at school up there in New York. He was like, "You talking about getting that camera?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh yeah, that camera ain't no joke." But Canon has this camera. See, a lot of these companies are making industry level products that you and I can buy, like that MPC. See, that kind of stuff back in the 80s, they didn't sell that to the public. The only people who can get that shit was rappers and people that had a record deal. They're the only ones who can afford it. But now they're making this stuff for everybody, for everybody, all consumers. Computers used to just be for businesses. And then Microsoft just changed the game, was like, no, we want to make So everybody, every home has at least one computer. Now you got multiple computers in one home. Now you got handheld computers that's supposed to be phones. You see how things have changed? Are you changing with the times? No. You're not keeping up, man. We're not keeping up. And it's our fault, man. Can't blame the white man for that. We have to support brothers and sisters who are out here trying to move us forward, and fuck the rest of them. That's how you got to see it, man. Fuck everybody. Fuck these dusty niggas that just be on YouTube talking stupid. I get tired of these clickbait niggas. This nigga had a video on there talking about Cynthia G exposed Tariq's criminal record. Now listen to the video, and she's just saying some old, he got her on there, got a clip of her saying some old shit from years ago, and it ain't even, she don't even say anything about his criminal record. That's clickbaiting. That's bait and switch. But that's these dusty ass niggas that be on YouTube talking about Tariq is this and Tariq is that. That be these niggas that ain't got shit happening. They mad because ain't nobody looking at they boring ass fucking videos. All them only time they make videos is when some drama's going on. Who you think won? Tommy Soda Moisture or Tariq? I'm telling you, man, there's only a handful of black men out here really handling their business. The rest of these niggas are on YouTube are just on here playing. And the reason why I don't have a whole bunch of subscribers anymore is because I don't do playing. I don't do playing. I do edutainment. I educate you, but I also entertain you. Cynthia G is mad because Tariq, she wanted to work with Tariq and he told her no. Because I remember back in the day that she used to be, I think she might even called the show a couple of times and he had her on the show, but he didn't want to work with her. And that's when she started bad mouthing him. But with her putting his address on the internet like that for them white supremacists to damn near kill him and his family like that, change gonna come. Something gonna pop off. Okay? But I give you guys good information because I do my research. I give you bona fide information that you can use. Now, if you want to sit up here and bullshit and stick your thumb up your ass and play games and say, oh, well, I ain't got to do that today. There's always tomorrow. Well, tomorrow gonna come and you'll still be talking about, tomorrow. Yeah, Cheddar Man did that shit. She put his address out there. I don't care how mad you are at Tariq. You don't put look, I would, even if Tariq was by himself and didn't have no kids, I still wouldn't do that. I still wouldn't do that. It's people I don't like right now in my family that I wouldn't mind laying hands on. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to send no race soldiers to your house so they can kill you. Like I said, man, we got a lot of work to do. And I don't want to sit up here and keep doing these live streams and you niggas ain't even listening. I get tired. Every time we have a live stream, you niggas are talking about the same shit. And I'm wondering, what are you guys doing? What the fuck are you doing in between these live streams? What the fuck are you niggas doing? That's my question to you. What are you doing? Because you guys couldn't be doing anything constructive. You couldn't be doing anything constructive, brothers, because you're not making any progress. Again, I got off the streets because I put one foot, I realized I was tired of it. And it wasn't that simple. But when I finally said, damn it, I'm sick of this shit. And I started going to the library, just sending I was probably send out 100 resumes a day. And finally I got a hit from a company. And because that job paid a little money, that got me off the street. And I was good from that point on. But that wasn't the last time I was homeless, though. We got to do better, brothers. We have to do better because our lives depend on it. That's how serious it is out here. You don't see it being that serious because you over there with your damn mama. Oh, they called the cops on Tommy? When they hit Tommy's ass up? Damn, they got his ass last year? God damn. That's sad, man. But they didn't have his address until Cheddar Man gave it to him. They didn't have his address. And I'm surprised, and because I bet Tariq has that house under a business name. See, that's why, see what it was is Cynthia was supposed to do some stuff with Tariq and them. And I guess that's how she had his information, because she was on there talking greasy, talking about he ain't even married to her, and word on the street, he ain't even married to her. She used to be one of his hoes, because you know they always saying that Tariq was a pimp. There's no evidence that Tariq was a pimp. Now, Tariq was in the dope game. He wasn't no pimp. Nigga, what you need to do is be cautious about them IT programs that you keep talking about. That's what you need to be cautious about, because you're going to fuck around and end up in a career where you're going to be stuck at the bottom. See, careers where you're going to be stuck at the bottom, people, it don't seem like it's that bad when you're in your early 20s. But when you get my age or close to my age in your 40s, your body you start getting tired. You're not as active as you used to be. You're going to start slowing down, and time is going to start flying by when you get my age. Okay? So I'm just trying to school y'all, man. Cause I'm telling you right now, y'all niggas sitting up here don't want to listen, talking that shit, coming up with excuses, acting like a fucking clown, and then get mad when shit don't work out for you. It's not going to work out if you don't want it to work out. Because the first starts up here. Once you find something you did, you have to find your life's purpose. And I can't pick that for you. You have to pick that for you. You have to find what your life's purpose. My life's purpose is the self-help game. I'm spending these 3 hours trying to give you information. I'm trying to give you 50-something years of information that's pertinent to this conversation. I'm about winning, not losing. You guys are losing. And the problem is you don't realize you're losing. That's why I keep telling people, man, you need to get that book, 48 Laws of Power, because that book talks about that kind of shit. Black men don't understand they losing. It's just like this. It's just like my man, it's just like Woody Harrelson said in White Men Can't Jump. Say, you black guys would rather lose and look good than win and look bad. And that is so true. Are you, Google, so are you done with the HVAC certification? Because weren't you were doing that 7 years ago. Aren't you done with that? Why aren't you doing that for a living? Did you not look for a job after you got your certification? All right, man. What's the like? Let me ask you a question, man to man. How likely are you to graduate with a degree? Six Sigma, ain't that some kind of, that's some type of certificate, that ISO shit? Like I said, find your purpose. Find your purpose and find what you are. Find what you are. Find what your passion is. Because if you don't find what your passion is, you're going to be living aimlessly out here. You're gonna be you're just gonna be doing shit just to be doing it. And that's not a good way to live your life, just doing shit just to be doing it. Because that's what I did. I'm working in factory jobs and I hated that shit. But I didn't want to, I knew my dad was gonna be tripping. Yeah, those of you who are disabled vets, hey man, use that Chapter 31 program. Use a Chapter 31 program to get get something popping for yourself. They'll probably test you, so you're gonna need to know how to, do arithmetic and do basic writing. And if you don't know how to do that, something is wrong. But it used to be 30, 40 years ago, man, if you could fill out the application, they hired a black man if you knew how to fill out the application. But today, yeah, you guys are smart. You guys got decent education. It's just that y'all lazy, or you around a bunch of women. If I was you, exactly, mad scientist Jay, he should be working HVAC and then going to school part-time. You should be doing the engineering thing part-time instead of spending all your money on them damn school, on them loans. You got to find what you pass. See, I ain't trying to make no big money as a life coach. I just like helping my people. I like helping my people. So that's the satisfaction I get out of it. There are people who hire me to do that work away from this. This has nothing to do with that. What I do right here is I'm trying to give you some game in a couple hours. Because I'm getting ready to go to bed. Because we started late, and now I was trying to look at that. Working a job, a career is something you do because you want to do it. A job, like my man said, Mr. McMillan, a job is just somewhere you go to make enough money to buy enough toilet paper to wipe your ass. That's what that is. And if that's all you want, then you ain't gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be miserable. Because now you just working to pay bills. That's not a good life, man. You don't want that kind of life. Too many black people are out here just working jobs because they got to go out and go to work. And then they miserable. Find something you're passionate about and educate yourself so you can do that job or get into that career field. Don't do something you don't want to do. Don't go into something you don't want to do. See, back in my dad's day, in my day, we kind of did have to take what we can get. But now you guys ain't got to take what you can get. That's why I say, if you're going to work a dead-end job, put a time limit on it. That'll help you a lot. That'll take a lot of pressure off you. Let me tell you something. When I had jobs and I said, well, I'm only going to be on this job for 3 years, I'm just going to stack my chips, I could handle that job a lot better. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody I was quitting. You see where I'm going with this? I didn't tell nobody shit. I just quit. But I had money saved up. Because that's what we do. We save our money. If you want to be able to have the kind of life where you have a chance to move places and do things and see people, because it's those experiences that give you something to talk about. It's those experiences that give you something to talk about. But if you're just sitting around, getting up, going to work and getting off work and drinking a beer and And that's some people, that's all they got, man. That's why some people, after a while, they start drinking too much. They start doing drugs because that shit gets old. Can't do that shit forever. But hey, man, look here. I'm going to bounce. Hey, y'all go to AskTheIceman.com and donate $5, man. We're going to try to do this thing on Saturday, man. I have to see. All right? Be on the lookout on Sunday. I'm going to bounce, man. Let me get up out of here. But hey, man, I get on you guys' asses because I know you know better. And I know you can do better. If you don't want to do better, I can't help you, man. I can't make your arms move, man. I can't make your brain move. You got to want to do something for yourself, brothers. You got to. All right? All right, go to AskTheIceman.com, donate $5. And help us raise this money. Help us get to $10,000. You tune in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. If anybody has any questions, if you think you need to hire me as a life coach, go to AskTheIceman.com so I can get you on track. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be off track. Okay? I'll let you boy.